BG Radio. Welcome to Birdland! We ain't finished yet. At the end of the week, it's time to get started. Which one we here for? No weapon. No weapon. No weapon. For the get started. We gonna protect this house.
My next guest is a man that's gonna put together some grooves that'll make you wanna move. Put your hands together for Mr.
King Brody!
Everybody, what's going on? Welcome to Birdland. It is your man, King Brody, king of all that's purple, king of all that's on, king of soul, Brody Moore City. It's gonna take some time. We're not ready for that. Today, and I seem to always say this, but I always mean it. Today, we're going to have a great show tonight. In the second half, we have the people that created this movie that was filmed here. It's an independent film called Baltimore Bomb. I am honored that I had a small part in this movie. But we're going to let them talk about it. And we'll say the premiere is a month from today, June 24th. So we're going to let them come in and talk about that. But the people that I've met, I haven't met nearly all the actors that are in it, but the actors that I've been around and the creators are very nice people. So I'm looking forward to talking to them and finding out exactly what they want to say about this film. I'm looking forward to it. Before that, though, we're going to talk about the Baltimore Ravens. We had a player retire since we were on the air last. We had a player retire, and there's also going to be a documentary about the team. So I'm looking forward to that. But first, I want to talk about the Baltimore Orioles, man. I am proud of this team. I look forward to seeing this team. I know it's been in the last few seasons. I sit there and I'm like, I don't even know who's on the team. I know when I was starting, when Rock talked about doing this show, I'm sitting there going, I don't even know if I know who's on the Orioles right now. And I turn the TV on, and I'm so happy to see the Oriole bird run across because I know who he is. So I'm sitting there going, okay, it's definitely the same team. But this year, I'm actually finding that I have some favorites that I like. Now, when we were last on, O's were going up against the Yankees, and they lost 3 out of 4. So that was hard because, especially with the Yankees being in first place, and the Yankees sort of took off when they swept us. So the first series against the Yankees, we won that. But then when we went to New York, we got swept. And they kind of went on a tear. The Yankees are hot. They were a hot team. But they came here, and last week we're in the middle of a 4-game series. We lost the first 3, but we won that last one. And it was one of those, a walk-off home run, man, is always great. And the O's celebrate it. And what I love about this team is that they seem to be in it for each other. So it's like they celebrate everybody that's having a triumphant moment. If you ever notice when they're getting for those of you who are watching, if you're not watching, you need to watch them. When somebody hits a home run, they pull out this giant orange chain with the O on the bottom of it. Yeah, have you seen that? No, oh man, it's like the home run chain. So they put that on. Orioles lost the game. It was I believe it was 4-0. I'm sorry, I can't remember who they were playing. It was 4-0. And in the 9th inning, Trey Mancini hits a home run. It does not win the game. It just stops them from being shut out. It's now 4-1. How about they went and got the chain, put it on them, high-fiving them. Didn't matter. They were happy for them. And it's like they celebrate each other. So that's a family. If you've ever been on a team or in an organization or just when you all rely on each other to be successful, that's what you want to see. That's what you want. I mean, yeah, everybody has their individual moment, but you celebrate when somebody's doing well, and that I love to see. So after that series, and we lost the first three, but we won the last one. Then we go up against Tampa Bay. I didn't know we lost 15 in a row to Tampa Bay. 15 in a that's 15 in a row. Getting beat up 15 times. That's I don't care what it is. That makes you want to quit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So they're playing Tampa Bay. I didn't know until they were saying it in the middle of the game, and then I was like, and I had to think back. I didn't know the last time we beat Tampa Bay, but they took the first game. It was awesome. They won the series. Let's just put it that way. They won the series. They lost the middle game, but they won the series. And watching the two series, I actually have like players that I like. I mean, everybody knows Trey Mancini. I'm hoping, he just finishes here. I'm hoping they leave him here. That's the one thing that worries me with the O's is that they, when the trade deadline comes, it's like people leave that I'm like, why are you getting rid of him to get a prospect? So I have that argument every year, especially when the players are relatively young. So I worry about that. But right now it's like Trey Mancini. I love Cedric Mullins. I think he's going to be an all-star game this year. But I tell you who I like, this Mateo. The game with Mateo, I think it was 2 games ago, and he's playing shortstop, and I'm looking at, and I know he's fast. All the brothers fast. So there's a time when the ball is hit. Sometimes we call it the Bermuda Triangle, when you got the third baseman, the left fielder, the shortstop. Everybody's running towards the ball. And, of course, you hope the ball is caught, but then you hope nobody gets hurt running into each other. And Mateo takes off, and it wasn't even close. Like, he got there so fast that I'm like, okay. And I knew he was quick, but I don't know. I'm watching his defense. I'm just paying more attention to it. And I like what I saw. And then later on in the game, there's a play where he makes a nice play for them to get a double play. Orioles are killing in double plays. They are making double plays. And they come at every double play is at the perfect time. But I'm loving the O's defense. I'm loving the pitching. I wish they would get the hitting and runners on base together, because if we'll get runners on base, we'll have a chance to win. May not get the hits, and then if we're getting the hits, there's nobody on base. So they got to get a little better at that, because early in the season, a lot of games that they lost early, we've had bases loaded, runners in scoring position, and no outs, 1 out, and we can't get that run in. At least get one. And we've lost a lot of games like that. Now, they'll get it together in extra innings. That runner in scoring position in extra innings, I'm feeling pretty good about the team. They come back and they win those. They get those. But I just want to say that the Orioles, a team that's expected to be in last place, I'm not feeling that way.
Where are we right now anyway?
Last place. But we ain't staying there. We're not. Now I got to double check, because Toronto's is they're struggling right now. And then one time Boston was struggling. Everybody, the season's so long, everybody's going to have their streaks. So if we can get right now. We've got the last 4 out of 5 games, and right now we are also playing the Yankees. Right now we beat them last night, and it came from behind. They were down 2-0. Orioles come up, give 4 runs in 1 inning. I mean, they're not afraid of anybody. If they lose, they just lose. It's not because they're afraid. It's not because they're not trying. They kind of didn't. They did not try to do too much. Is probably the best way to say it. They kind of like took the pitches they were getting. They weren't trying to muscle up like we need a home run to win. They kind of just did what they needed to do, and they won. And anytime you beat the Yankees, it's a thrill to me. It's like a World Series to me. I'll admit it. It's like a playoff game every time they beat the Yankees. I don't like them. It's a family tradition. Family tradition. My father tried to mess it up, because he like Ed that was in here. My father kind of like Reggie Jackson, and that kind of messed up everything. But other than that, it's family tradition. And I think my father just wanted attention too, just trying to get somebody to talk to him. But we ain't gonna go into that, huh?
Ain't no better.
But that's my feeling about the Orioles. I'm like, you know what? They're not coming in last place, and I still have hopes for them to come up into in first place too. I'm still hoping for that. I mean, getting into the playoffs. I'm still hoping for that. So We'll see what happens. I might be the only one feeling that way. Somebody may want to call in and go, you know what, you've lost your mind. Hey, it doesn't matter. Until they're mathematically eliminated, that's the way I treat all my teams. Really, both my teams. That's the way I treat it. Till they can't get in, there's no way they can get in. I'm still hoping that they get in. So anybody disagrees with me or you love what I'm saying, you love the O's, you don't like the O's, they're playing the Yankees right now, whatever it is, you can call in 443-267-6558. Gladly have that conversation all day, every day.
Do you be scared to walk around in Baltimore City? Because you be putting it out there sometimes. I just think somebody's going to walk up beside you with a bully club and just punch you upside your head.
Well, no, because they're not going to be in. They're not going to be those people that are against us, man. No, I ain't worried about it. I ain't worried about it. And then with the Orioles, it's funny. It's just because the Orioles are not expected to do well. I don't have as much talk. Let me tell you, the Ravens, right?
Right.
What team do you think I argue with more about the Ravens?
The Steelers.
Nope.
Who?
Raven fans.
I can get that. I can get that.
Yeah, I don't know why. I was in Delaware Saturday, and this guy, he's walking with a guy that has an Eagles shirt on, and the guy in front of us. So I was, just being polite, holding the door open. I said, I'm gonna hold the door open, even though you're an Eagles fan. I'm gonna hold the door open. He's like, oh man, I'm not the one. That guy in front of me is the one. And I'm like, wow, who's he? Like, he's from Baltimore. And I'm like, oh. Then I had my Baltimore chain. And I was like, I showed him. So we're high fiving, and then he starts going in, man. He starts talking about we'll never win with Lamar. He starts.
I'd have just dumped my bill in his head right there, man. Like,
it's like, dude, like, can we just high five and then let's join up and talk about this Eagles guy? That's what we were supposed to do, right? We're supposed to talk about how bad this team is and blah, blah, blah. No, he's talking to me about the Ravens, and I'm like, I'm not.
How can he possibly say we would never win with Lamar? What has he been watching?
That's what bothers me. It's like, what's your logic? Here's what a lot of people say. They will say, there's never been a running quarterback that has won a Super Bowl, right? That's
untrue.
That's how this. But do you know why that's true? Because how many running quarterbacks have there been?
Right. That's why I said this. That's why it's untrue.
Right. So it's like that's why they're saying that. And even with the running quarterbacks, there hasn't been one like Lamar.
You know what the problem is,
What's
man?
that?
People don't deal with change well. They so used to being Roger Staubach. You know what I mean? A Joe Montana. They want gunslingers, right?
Right.
That ain't football. If it's 100 yards on the field and you got a quarterback that's throwing the ball 25, 30 yards every play, that means the series is only going to be, 5, 6 plays.
Right.
Let's listen. Get them horses out there, you know what I mean? Put some noses in mud. Let's play. Let's get that aggression out. That's what football's about. Put a drive together.
Right. Well, here's what guys like that. Here's what they'll do. They will wait. If Lamar makes any mistake, and he's going to make one because everybody does. It might be a bad throw, might be an interception, whatever it is. Whatever he does, they're sitting there. I have family members like this, so I knew who I was talking to. But I'm like, I had stuff to do. I'm like, okay, I'm not going to carry this conversation along. They wait for that moment so they can go, see, I told you.
Lamar's my guy.
I like Lamar. I mean, now I think it was you. Did you say you liked Flacco when he was here? Was that you?
No, I didn't like Flacco.
Here? Oh, that was Yale. Okay.
Yale, yeah.
But
I didn't like Flacco.
If you're coming from Flacco,
even when Flacco was winning, I didn't like Flacco.
Oh, see, I have changed my ways, man. If you're on my team, I may not like you as much, but I'll like you. You know
I didn't think Flacco was the big name quarterback that they made him out to be.
Say that again?
I didn't think Flacco was the big name quarterback that they made him out to be.
Well, his shining, I mean, of course it's the playoffs that year, the Super Bowl win.
Yeah, but look what he had around him, man. Take them same people that you had around Flacco and put them around fucking RG3. We didn't have an offensive line when we had RG3. That's why he got broke up. And then after he
Wait a minute, when he was in, we mean Baltimore or DC?
Yeah, when he was here, when he was in Baltimore.
He wasn't here for real.
He was. He was. I just think if he had a better supporting cast, he'd have been able to get more time. The problem came is when he got time, he couldn't perform.
I think he got shook up when he got hurt, and I think his confidence was shot when it didn't work out in D.C. and then he went to, where did he go, to Cleveland? You know, his other teams, he was, I think he was really trying when he got here. Like, he was really trying to, he was happy to be on the team, and I think he was like, you know, if I can do well, I can start somewhere else. And it never worked out. Because even I mean, I don't think he was terrible when he was here. I didn't think he was terrible.
No, I didn't think he was terrible, but I'm going to tell you something. When a man 350 pounds running a 4.4 hits you, it hurts.
Yeah.
It hurts. It'll make you think about, Tampa looks good. The Bahamas looks good. Hey, how about the Dominican Republic? You know what I mean?
Right.
Listen, you
Right.
start thinking about everything else except that next play.
I'm going to give a quick shout out because I see it up here. Mike Barber, who was here last week.
Yeah, shout out to Mike.
He's in New Orleans, man.
I know. I saw he playing Swamp Man or something.
Man.
I saw the post. What's up, Mike?
Mike, I'm looking forward to you coming back, and bring what you brought last time when you come back, man. We'll talk about
No. Bring
Yes.
something. Hey, Mike, listen. You need to bring something with me.
Yeah. So, some tea, some sweet tea, half and half.
Yes. Where's our girl Rosie at, man? I'm starting to feel neglected. I'm about to break up with her.
Well, you know they're playing the Yankees now, so I didn't say anything to her yesterday because we won. So I need to make sure we win the series. So if we win today, then I'll definitely be bugging her, and then we got to try to work out that show up there. I got to talk to you about that too. So but Rosie, I have been in communication. She's giving me a hard time, but she still likes pictures. So she'll hit like, but of course when we were losing, I try to. If I don't respond in like 2 minutes, they go in like I'm hiding. But Facebook's a little different. Social media, I'm not necessarily there all the time, but I get it because when we win, I'm there real fast. So I totally understand. Oh, so check this out, man. Since we're talking about the Ravens. Well, first, let me say something about Sam Cooke. Sam Cooke, darling, you. Okay, not that Sam
Not
Cooke.
that Sam Cooke.
Not that Sam Cooke.
The
All right.
Cook with an E.
Sam Cooke, our punter, retired, man. What I'm happy about is that the fact that he's staying with the organization.
Yes.
And he's going
Start to finish.
Yes. I love to see that. He was a big part of our and you don't really talk about it, that in our Super Bowl, that second Super Bowl, he had to hold the ball because they were trying to end time, so we gave the 49ers a safety.
Yeah.
So he's holding on to the ball, and then he had to do the perfect punt because we had to tackle this dude to end the game. He messed around and broke free. So he was crucial for those last two plays, for that, man. So I'm happy that he's staying, and then it also explains why we drafted a punter. Because when I was like punter, we're like, we drafted a punter, like what?
Yeah, they must have knew it was coming.
Yeah. So, and the thing is, he looks. 16 years, but he last year I thought he still did a good job. So, but at least they made him an offer or whatever they did, and he's staying with the organization, and he will certainly help the rookie that we got coming in. And I'm hoping to see more the same thing. Not to mention Sam Cooke and his passes, man. He got us out of a lot of trick plays and got us first downs. And I don't think he missed a pass. I think it was 100% until last year. I think there was one play last year. I don't know what happened, but I think he only has one incomplete pass. So shout out to Sam Cooke, man. I'm glad you're still involved with the Ravens. It's like when Ed Reed left, to see him in another uniform, bro, that was painful. Like, he didn't look like everybody saying the same thing. He doesn't look right. He didn't look right when Suggs left. And Suggs bothered me even more because the Ravens did make him an offer, but he wanted to go to his home. Played in Arizona, and I saw him in red, and I'm like,
when he went to Tampa Bay or when he was
Arizona. He went to Arizona
first.
Right, and then he ended up, and then he
Tampa
tried to
Bay.
come back to the Ravens, but he went to the Chiefs the year they won the Super Bowl.
Oh, I thought it was Tampa Bay, but yeah, the Chiefs.
Yeah, he went to the Chiefs, and I didn't want to see him win the Super Bowl. I didn't want to see Torrey Smith. I didn't want to see them win on another team, man. I didn't want to see it. But when it's all over, I guess I'm happy for them. But I didn't want to see them in another uniform, man. I didn't want to see it. But as soon as they get in another uniform, man, I told you how I do. I'm booing them. So when Suggs first, let me tell you, Ray Lewis is my favorite Raven of all time right now. He's my favorite. When Ray Lewis the last contract he got, there was rumors that Dallas was trying to get him, and that was upsetting my stomach, the thought of that. But had he gone to Dallas, man, nah, I don't want to see him do anything. But luckily he did all his years here. When Ed Reed left, and we actually played against him. That's even worse. He leaves the Ravens, and now he's playing against the Ravens. But thank goodness, Joe Flacco threw a touchdown on him. I'm like, thank you. He needed that. Don't play well in our stadium. You know what I mean? And Ed Reed, no matter what, he's going to be a Raven. He's not going to be thought of as anything else. But it was just painful to see that. And in fact, that year he went to another team. I think we played against him twice. But the same way with Suggs. I'm like, Suggs, they played here when he was with Arizona. And I didn't go to that game, but I believe they did like a tribute to him before the game. You're supposed to do that. He deserves a tribute. I hope that's what they did. But as soon as the game started, I'm like, run him over. Run right over top of him. I don't want him getting anything. You got to hurt him. Just run him over, let him get tired, sit on the sideline, watch us win. That's all we needed. So I'm not for that. But anyway, I know we're talking about a punter, so I guess it's not quite that deep. But I'm certainly happy to see him because I feel like, and this is kind of weird, he's a punter, but I think he'll end up in the Hall of Fame. I mean, punters got to go.
His numbers will get him there.
Yeah, I think he should get there. In fact, I'm still waiting. I don't know if Matt Stover got it. Matt Stover needs to get in there too.
He will.
Yeah. So, but Tucker, we shouldn't have to wait as long. He should get in a lot faster.
First round.
Yeah. So, but that's how I'm feeling. Also, let me go to this thing, man. The Ravens. You ever watch? You know what 30 for 30 is? Did you hear about that?
Yeah.
ESPN.
On ESPN.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know they're gonna do one about the Ravens.
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, the 2000-2001 Ravens, that first Super Bowl.
Yeah.
That's gonna be good, man.
When is that coming?
They're working on it now. They're working. In fact, let me see. Their ESPN's press. Let me find it. It says, no team in NFL history has boasted, bullied, or brandished as much bravado as the 2000-2001 Baltimore Ravens. This is their press release, right? It said the rest of the NFL hated the Ravens, but no one could say a thing because they couldn't beat them on the field, especially facing arguably the greatest defense ever. Now, they didn't say they couldn't win a game. That's not what they said. They said beat them on the field. There's a difference.
Right, it is.
You can win and get beat up. And that's what the Ravens did. I love this press release, man. So I had to make sure I had to type it up, make sure I read it properly. I was like, oh, I got to say that.
Whenever you look at your schedule and you have an oh shit moment, you know that's a bad team.
That's it, man. I mean, the Ravens, and the thing is, that's a storybook. That's like a movie, a made-for movie. You think about it. Before the season, our star linebacker is up for murder. You know what I mean? He's up for murder before the season starts. And I don't know if you watched the trial. I watched the trial.
I did.
I've had arguments with, now those are people from out of town, not Raven fans. And I'm like, if you saw the trial, you would see.
He had nothing to do with it.
Right. It wasn't him.
He had nothing to do with it.
So I had an argument with a guy that I know. He's actually in Ohio. And he was telling me based on somebody that he knows, and I don't know what that. I don't recall who it was, because I know whoever he was talking to, they should have been at the trial. If he knows somebody that knew something, they should have been at the trial.
Right.
And then I also had people that say, "Oh, you trying to tell me that a football player that's accused of double murder can get?" I'm like, okay, I know they trying to rub the OJ thing and all that. I'm like, look, they did not in the middle of the trial try to strike a plea with OJ in the middle of the trial. They did that with Ray Lewis. that tells you that they knew it was going bad.
Yeah.
So I've had this argument, and I've had the limo driver that was supposed to have heard something and was going to testify, and they're like, got a limo driver and he knows what's going on, and they put the limo driver on the stand and he heard something. You know how long a limo is, right? Like prom limos are. Can you imagine how long Ray Lewis's limo probably was, right? And then you are on you're like, do you promise to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth? And he goes, what? It's like, do you promise to tell the truth? I'm sorry, what? So if he can't hear that man 3 feet away, I'm like, you know what? Y'all in trouble. Y'all in trouble. You can't tell. Nice dude, I guess, but I'm like, he had trouble hearing. And shortly after that, there's like, look, Ray, and I had people say, if he didn't do anything, why plead guilty to something? And I'm like, and I've never been in that position, but I would think if I'm like, I'm up for murder and I'm terrified and I know I didn't do anything, and then you come to me and say, look, plead guilty to obstruction of justice or whatever it was.
And this'll go away.
Right. I got to go with that. And you'll be on probation for X amount of years. You ain't had no problems out of Ray after that. I remember there was, and correct me if I'm wrong if you know about this, I think he was, I want to say the Windsor. I might be wrong. He was out somewhere and this lady tried to sue and say something. I don't know if a fight broke out or something. And
I think it was Corinthians.
Corinthians? Okay. Well, I'm in the same zip code.
Yeah, they're a block apart.
Yeah. And she tried to say Ray was involved, and Ray was like, he was going to fight it, and before you knew it, she ended up dropping. Like, okay. So, that reminds me of that conversation when Phil was here, and he's talking about how players act and things that happen and things that he see locally. It's like, you don't know, you don't always know what you see, because if you weren't there at the very beginning or know how people come at people, you never know. I'm just saying, as far as that trial goes, I'm like, the evidence that they present, I didn't see anything. So you have that before the season. So I would imagine they got to cover that. I don't think ESPN said exactly what they're going to cover. Let me see. ESPN has not released any specific details about that about what it will cover. Okay, but it's expected the on and off the field drama will be included. Well, that's.
You think they'll put in the 2 games I played with him?
The games that you played?
Yeah, you think they're gonna put the 2 games that I played with him in the? Because I was on that team. I was on the practice squad for three games, and I played 2 actual home games.
Practice squad is what?
As a player, what you trying to say?
What position?
Man? Huh?
What position?
I was a right guard.
What? Deodorant? What are you talking about, man? You ain't no damn right. You talking about you was in CVS. I'm like, you talking about Madden or something, man. I don't know. Man, but I'm looking forward to that. They the defensive numbers, the the quarterbacks we went through. Remember, we went 5 games without a touchdown. That's how bad that defense was, man. 5 games and no touchdown, and you win 2 of the games. That's Matt Stover, man. That's Matt Stover. That's when you remember Schoolhouse Rock. 3 is the magic number. That was Matt Stover, because it was the score 3, 6, 9. Yep. Yes it is. It's the magic number. You remember that song?
I remember it. Yeah, I was like 2 or 3 years old when it came out. How old were you? 17?
Oh yeah. I was voting when that came out. Man, I'm gonna beat you. It takes me. Never mind.
Conjunction.
What's your function?
That's when you can get educated on a Saturday morning, man. These kids don't know anything about waking up. Listen, these kids don't want to wake up till noon. By noon, Saturday was over.
Man.
You had to get up about 8 o'clock to get the good cartoons.
My kids, on school days, man, it was a fight. Every day was a fight.
You guys!
But look, my day off, how about they up early? The day I don't have to get up early, they're up early. Don't even get me started on that. That'd be another. I don't know what the statute of limitations is for some of the stuff I did. But, yeah, man, 3 is the man. That was Matt Stover. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. Ravens win 15-6. It was unbelievable, man. I'm sitting there, and even when I'm watching this, and I'm watching them flip quarterbacks, and then when Trent Dilfer came in, I was watching him, and I'm like, Trent isn't trying to be cute. He's just trying not to lose a game.
Right.
He's like he would do something, and maybe we're up, 10-3 or something, and then he might try. I'm going to throw something. I'm going to try to fit a tight window. If it almost gets picked, then he goes right back to, I'm going to throw it in the stands. I'm going to hand it off. I'm going to throw it, at least keep it. But I like Trent Dilfer, man, and I get upset that they got rid of him the following year. It's like, how do you, maybe you want to put him back to second string or whatever, but you don't, cut him. You know what I mean? So all of that happened, and I guess they got to cover that. But to have Ray be on trial for murder, come back, be the MVP of the Super Bowl, man. Ray was playing. The defense was playing. That game wasn't even close. I remember I was watching that game. We were on, we were in the Dundalk area. I can't think of the sports bar. I'd never been there before. And a friend of mine said, hey, we're going to go watch the game over there, right? So we go over there, and I just remember the crowd. It was a sports bar. Of course, TVs everywhere. Everybody excited. Purple stuff all over the place. Little footballs on the table. All kinds of stuff, man. And what I remember most about that game is when it was over, and as the game was going, because everybody's yelling. Remember, Ray used to say, "What time is it? Game time. What time is it?
Game time.
Any dogs in the house?" That's, man. You all right, bro? You are perfect. You are perfect for me today, man. I remember everybody. Every time we scored, somebody would yell that. And this guy said, there's a party. I'm throwing a party at my house after the game. And he kept saying it. And he's like, it's down the street. Everybody's welcome, right? And keep in mind, and not that race or anything has to do with it, but there was only me and one other black guy in the sports bar. And I'm like, and he looks at me, he's like, you want to go? Because, we're celebrating. When it's over, I'm like, okay, let's go. We walk down the street. And for those people who are not in Baltimore, there's a lot of, well, y'all may call them townhomes, depending on where you live, but it's like row houses. And so we walk down, and there's this row house, and everybody's going in. So I'm like, we look at each other, we're like, okay, we're going in. And when we walk through the door, what he had done was he had owned 3 houses. He gutted them out. So we walk in the middle, but it's huge on the inside. And he's got the biggest TV I had ever seen. And on this TV, he's playing Shaft. Not Samuel Jackson Shaft.
The original.
The original. And I'm sitting there going, okay. And as one of 2 black guys in this house, I'm fascinated by Shaft playing in this house. And he's got food everywhere. So he clearly playing for this, win or lose. There's a lot of food in there. So walking around the house, Shaft is playing. He's got the spiral staircase. So they're like, hey, because I'm sitting still. I'm like, I'm in. I'm just going to sit on the sofa. And somebody said, no, walk around. Feel free. We walk up. He's got the spiral staircase in the middle. And on the second floor, there's more food, right? So you know me. I'm plugging all food everywhere I see a tray. And then we go up some more. And he's got on the roof, you can see the harbor and stuff. I don't know who this guy was, man, but he clearly had some money, and he was very nice, and he's clearly a Ravens fan, man. And I had a blast. But I'm sitting there looking at Shaft, and I'm like, I can't believe I'm seeing Shaft. I just couldn't believe it. That's what I always think of when I think about that Super Bowl, man. And the city, unlike now, that day the city was so united. We left there and we drove back to the Inner Harbor. Cars are riding all over the place. I'm getting in people's cars, and they're like, come on. I'm jumping in the car, and we'll ride a couple blocks, and I'll jump out because I'm still trying to stay in the area. And these are a lot of people that really, I'm pretty sure they don't live in the city because when they were trying to shut the city down, they were closing all streets. And I'm like, oh, we're about to get on 395. Let me get off because you can't get back. And once people left, I don't think they came back. And I'm like, I don't want to have to walk back to my car from miles and miles away. But man, people were hugging me. It was just people that I know would if run for me. And the other day, I'm being hugged by strangers. I'm getting in and out of everybody's car, man. And we were not setting cars on fire. There was nothing crazy was happening, man. That was a great time. I'm looking forward to that documentary, man. I'm really looking forward to it, and to see how they cover Ray, and then to see how they follow the defense, because I've always liked the 30 for 30s. I don't see them all. I just watch the ones that I
Familiar with?
yeah, and that I have interest in. Now I have watched some where I'm changing the channel, and I just look at it a little bit. Certain stuff like that. Like I like Unsung.
Can I get your Fios password so I can watch it?
Files.
Yeah.
What are you talking about? I just run a wire from my neighbor's house.
Oh, can I get their Fios password?
I don't know what it is, but you can splice in. Yo, ESPN, man, that's included if you got cable at all.
I don't have cable. I just asked you for your Fios password so I can watch it on my phone.
I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll do a Facebook Live, and I'll put the phone in front of it, and you can see it that way.
And then you go play some music in the background, and then Facebook gonna get interrupted.
No. But I'm gonna have to charge you. It's like pay-per-view. Ain't gonna be much, man. You owe me 3 slices of pizza. That's all.
But we're childhood friends, though, right? See, that's what I'm talking about, Troy. See, a childhood friend would have like, yo, come over the house.
Did the video come?
Bring some house. Yeah, it's up. Leave it alone, man. A friend would have been like, yo, bring some wings over. Let's watch the game. You know what I mean?
It's the document, man. No. A friend wouldn't have eaten the extra slices of pizza, man.
I didn't eat this extra slices of pizza.
Y'all hear this?
It was 60-40.
French. It was a commission. It's commission, right?
It was 60-40.
It's supposed to be 90.
If you had 6 slices of pizza and I got 60%, how many was I supposed to eat?
You wasn't supposed to get 60%.
Why not?
The managers get 15%, man.
I'm not the manager.
Who are you?
I'm the CEO.
So let me get this straight. The CEO, and you need the Fios password. All right, we're gonna work that out. Y'all, you know
We're in a
what?
recession.
What's up, Mr. Winkler? How you doing, Steven? Steven is part of recession. Steven is part of the Baltimore bomb crew. He's a detective. Actually, I think he was my boss in our scene. Steven, when Johnny and everybody gets here, you need to call in, Steven, or at least certainly make a comment. And by the way, if anybody disagrees with the Ravens, Orioles statements, or you agree, or you just want to talk, you just want to be heard, call in 443-267-6558. And by the way, listeners on WMEG Online, if you want to see what's going on, you want to see what's happening here in the studio, come on over to the Facebook page and hit King Brody. K-I-N-G is all capital. That'll help you. King Brody, and you'll see purple and orange on the cover photo. You'll see me standing there. And for my people listening or watching on Facebook, I should say, you should pull up that TuneIn app and type in WMEG and click that heart to make it one of your favorite channels. It's a free app. You need to come on. There's a lot of good stuff on this station, regardless of who the CEO is. There's a lot of good content.
Man, go kick a table with no shoes on.
See, that would be
and no lotion in the middle of the night while having to go to the bathroom.
You hear this?
With the lights off.
The man is. He's captain. I'm sorry. You were. Steven was the Okay, he was a captain of the detectives. He was a captain. I was what?
An extra.
I'll have you know that I was the Ice-T of the detectives. I was I was Shaft. We just talking about Shaft. Okay, we'll let Johnny tell you. I'm just happy that I got to do something. I had 2 scenes. I'm happy.
This movie going straight to DVD?
I hope. Look, I want a copy quick as I can get one, man. But it'll be on June 24th. I'm
gonna be out of town.
Huh?
I'm gonna be out of town.
Will you really? No, you won't.
I will. I'm gonna make plans to go out of town.
It doesn't matter, man. I'm gonna.
I don't want to see it.
You do want to see it.
I don't.
You do, man.
Why do you keep talking about it? And we supposed to be. This is the birdcage. We supposed to be talking about everything.
We talking about Baltimore, man. Do you know that acting is a sport?
Baltimore.
Acting is a sport.
Baltimore
Baltimore sports.
Baltimore.
Exactly. The Baltimore bomb. That's what it's
Baltimore. It don't have a D in it. is Baltimore with a T.
Look, man, are you messing? Do you let me hear you count to 5. Let me hear.
1 in them. 2 in them.
Wait a minute. Say that. What's that number?
3.
No, the number before that.
1.
Do you hear people talking about the way we say 2?
Yes.
Do you hear a difference in the way we say 2?
I don't, because it sounds normal to me.
I
But I also graduated from Emerson High School.
Oh my goodness. Y'all call in 443-267-6558. Oh yeah, and like I said, make sure you pull up the TuneIn app and click that little heart for WMEG. Make it one of your favorite stations. Make it the favorite station so you can find us very easily.
Tell Michael he owes us 2 tickets too.
Tell who?
Michael, he owes us 2 tickets.
Oh, Mike.
Yeah, he owes us 2 tickets.
I don't know if you hear that, Mike. You owe us some tickets, bruh.
Yes.
You need to let us know if you're still on there. You need to let us know when you're coming back. We need tickets, and you need to bring that bag up here too.
Yes.
The bag with it. It can be tea, it can be half and half, but bring the other stuff too. We got cups.
Yeah, we got plenty of them.
Man, so anyway, you know what,
You
Rob?
buying dinner?
Huh?
You buying dinner
When?
tonight?
Not tonight.
Why not
You
tonight?
don't need dinner tonight, man.
How you know? How you gonna tell me when I need? and when
I need
don't?
notice. Well, this not a pay week for us. In pay week next week.
Troy, you ain't got no job.
I'm here. You saying I don't get paid for this?
Queen Brody do. I cash app her faithfully.
Queen Brody, are you listening?
Don't nobody want to play with Queen Brody. She don't mess
Nah,
around.
Queen Brody. Nah, man, that's a with her and those Mets, man.
How are they doing?
The Mets, when I last checked, they were in first place. They're still in first place.
Both New York teams.
Yeah.
That's 2 different divisions.
Yeah,
American League,
and like
National
the
League.
World Series, like they can be in the World Series, man. I don't want any parts of that. I don't want to see both of them.
Can you imagine? That would be bananas.
It's happened though. It happened, but
So what they do? Go across the street to play? One day we on this side, the other day we on that side.
I don't know where the I don't know. I guess they called it the Subway Series, so I guess they still got to rise somewhere. I don't know where the Mets.
The Yankees play in the Bronx, and I thought
Right.
the Mets play in East Rutherford over there where the Jets.
No,
and the
no, no.
Giants are.
That's the Jets and the Giants. No, they
I
in
thought
New
that's where
York.
the Mets. I thought the Mets was in that area somewhere.
I don't know. Oh, I see. Yeah, you see the T on there. Queen Brody trying to make a
That means the
comment.
cash app went through about 5:30. Yeah, it went through about 5:30.
Yo, man, she try. I'm at the. Nah, I bet not. Never mind. I can tell you some stories, man. You just have to follow on Facebook. You'll see a lot of stuff going on, man. But I'm a wait.
I really want to become good friends with your wife because I feel like I could get some Keith Sweat tickets if I become good friends with your wife.
Yeah.
She don't need you anyway. You're a distraction.
Oh my goodness, man. If she need somebody got to take out the trash and
That's what you're there for.
right. That's what I said. So she needs me right now, at least on Mondays.
Hey man, can I tell you something?
What's that?
I watched a video from over the weekend, and that dude with the electric guitar tore you up, y'all. He made you
Wait.
look like a rookie.
We were not battling, man. That's what I'm talking about.
But you was supposed to get your groove on.
No.
My man, he had his bounce on and everything. He
No.
was standing there like a 70-year-old bass guitar
That's
player.
what I was, man. I'm doing background bass. That's the key. Bass and drums, man. Now when I get my moment, when it's my solo, like a real solo, I got you. In fact, I will be inviting you. I'm gonna title my solo will be called Ciroc. I will make
No,
a
he
song
gave you the
just for
business.
you.
He was all in your face and everything.
He's
You
supposed to
smelled
be.
this group by Fabergé.
He's supposed to be, man. We are a group. Y'all, you know what? I'm gonna share that on. For those who don't know what's going on, or she's saying that they play in Queens. So one's in
Cause
Queens,
she's
one's in the
smart.
Bronx.
She's smart.
Well, that's what happens when you got Google right in front of you, man. You could have done that. You could look. You don't put.
And I bet she got an iPhone too, don't she?
Nope. Don't nobody need no iPhone,
So
man.
that's 2 mistakes she made in her life.
Don't
Marrying
nobody need no
you
phone.
and
What you gonna get an iPhone? Which iPhone do that my phone won't do?
Huh?
What does it do? Other than we're getting a call. We are
Yes,
getting
they're coming down for every station.
we are getting a call.
Thank you.
Oh, is it time?
Yeah, see, listen, man, when you important and you get guests, you know what I mean?
I'm listening.
They gotta check in. If your name ain't on the list, it ain't happening, baby. Listen, you just don't walk up in here. It don't happen like that.
You need some ID.
Yes, and they gotta go through a metal detector.
Oh, well, I'm for
Cause you be
that.
talking too much trash, Troy. We gotta make sure they pat down before they come downstairs. Listen, we need it all clear. And she said it's 3 of them, so it's like
It's 3?
yeah.
Okay.
That mean they was coming to whip your ass.
Well, here's the thing though. As long as I'm in this city, man, I'm good. Now I might not be as safe when I go west, get over there in Pittsburgh.
So do I need to go get my thing out the office?
Nah, they
You
good.
said
No, because they Baltimore.
they Baltimore
They
with
Baltimore,
the D.
man. Huh?
They Baltimore with the D.
No, they might be Balmer. They might be
Ah,
Balmer.
Lord.
I don't know. I gotta listen to
Middle
that.
River.
Yeah. John, let me tell you.
We got to do the carry-out test. We're going to do the carry-out test and we'll find out where they from.
What's that? The carry out?
Yeah. Remember last week? The carry-out test.
Okay.
We're going to do the carry-out test and we'll find out where they from.
I don't know, man. It's like it's on. I'm gonna tell you what they introduced me to. Something called a pickle shot.
A what?
It's a pickle shot. When they come in,
You need some new friends.
that you know what? Every time I come in here, I seem to think the same thing, man.
Yeah, because we ain't friends. I realized after week 2, I'm just a dude you grew up with.
Oh wait. You see that comment from the Queen down there? You see that comment
Yeah.
saying I got protection in Brooklyn? I run my mouth up there. I ain't gonna lie, but they that's just how it is.
No.
Look, that's Oreo stuff, man. Old stuff. Come on in. That's Oreo stuff. Yeah,
Yo, they look like the cast from Jackass.
You get look.
You the Uber driver.
Yo, man.
You got him here.
Come on, 2 cents. Come on in.
Yeah.
Oh, he is coming? Yeah. He come on through. We got the. So look, camera's right up there. So you can look. You can look right here. Everything's live, man. This is, if you are listening right now, it is the creators and the mayor. Are you a creator too?
I'm a creator. I think I am anyway. All that work I've done, I hope it's for something.
Hey, Troy, did you see how my man with the little fisher cap looked at the one with the baseball cap? We know which one is making all the money.
Oh, let me tell you. Before we get started, I gotta say how I met him, man. I gotta say how I met him. And I said I talked about you earlier a couple weeks ago. I'm scrolling through my TikTok, man, and this thing, and you had that's the same hat, right? The Oreo.
Yep.
Yeah. So he has the Oreo logo, and I'm scrolling, and he keeps popping up, and I'm like, I'm not following him or anything. He just keeps popping up, and I'm like, why am I saying that? He's dancing, and it looked like were you at the stadium once?
Yeah, Navy Stadium.
Okay, so I'm scrolling, and then he puts up something about the Baltimore Bomb movie, and I go, oh, as soon as I see Baltimore, and then I'm like, oh, can I be in it or do something? He's like, yeah, come on down. I don't know, you know what I mean? And so,
well, you're the king of Baltimore, so I mean, and then it formed into a role that is going to continue on.
See, that's what you need to hear. Oh, wait a minute.
Residuals. Yeah, baby. Yeah. Pizza for everybody on Troy.
The first time you know what, baby, before I get started, let me let you guys introduce yourselves, say who you are and what's going on before, because I can talk about this all day.
I'm Johnny Lang. As far as the movie's concerned, I'm one of the original creators myself, and my son Jimmy, who you'll meet here shortly. I also, as you know, I'm the Baltimore Bomb, so I'm the aging vigilante in the movie.
I have
Asian? You Asian?
Aging.
Oh, I thought you said Asian.
Right.
I
We're gonna turn your mic off, right? No, but I haven't said what.
I did smoke a little bit, so I might look Asian.
I did not say what the movie was about. So I didn't know what you want to say. And
Well, I'll tell you what I'll do, and I'm sure, because I'm sure we're going to have some other things to say about it. I'm going to go ahead and let my son.
That's your son?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
That's why he looked at that Troy. I told you, man. That's why he looked at him like, boy.
I'll go ahead and let him introduce himself and tell you folks a little bit about what's going on.
okay.
Yeah, so I'm Jimmy. I'm one of the original creators. Also wrote the script for the movie The Baltimore Bomb. Yeah, Derek.
Derek Stroman.
The Uber driver.
I drove everybody here.
Yeah, that's the Uber driver.
I'm double parked out front by the way. They told me, come on in. We'll pay you after the show's over. I said, after the show's over? Okay, what the heck? At least I'll get paid later, maybe. But yeah, Derek Stroman here. I do play the mayor. What's my name? I don't know how the name.
DeMar Washington.
Is it? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
So I play the mayor that goes by the name of DeMar Washington, which officially, ladies and gentlemen, I found out tonight.
In The Wire, the man was getting caught getting some fellatio. Dude, this man get some fellatio?
That's the next movie. That's the next movie.
That's the next movie.
Yes, I'm coming back. So the vigilante, the Baltimore Bomb, has it out for me. I'm a crooked man. I play a crooked man. Can I say that? Did I give up too much already?
No, I think in the trailer itself,
Talent shows, yeah.
So this movie's based on a true story, not the vigilante stuff. So
Loosely
based.
on a true
So
story.
how we actually made this happen was, well, I really have to go back to Derek again. He had introduced me to Angel Williams, who is the head honcho over at Star City Motion Pictures, and got me. I got a chance to chat with her, and I got a role in the movie. Mm-hmm. And I, of course, credit Derek with a lot of that. Of course, also good taste on Angel's part.
Yeah. You kick tail in the movie.
Is that the one I saw the clip?
Yeah, that's the movie called Reversed Freedom, by the way. And if you guys download the Star City Flicks app, you can look at those movies. So, anyway, so all this stuff's going through my head. Now I'm gung ho. Now I want to do a movie. So, at the time Jimmy was in Indianapolis, I called him, and I had this idea for a movie.
Uh-huh.
Not this movie.
Oh, okay.
This really, the very first person to say it was Jimmy. So, but he said to me, basically, forget your crappy ass idea that you were talking about. He said, how about a movie about a Baltimore vigilante? And I like it, but the first thing I basically said to him is, that's played out. So how can we change it to make it something completely original, which it is. This story is a completely original story. So then I said, like, how about an aging vigilante? So of course that's me changing the story, so I get the lead role in the deal. And then basically we spoke on the phone 3 hours a day for who knows how long, just yak, and him writing stuff down. And then one day he's like, all right, here it is. I wrote the script. And then I said, okay, now what? He says, we're going to film it, son.
Yeah, so I came down here probably in like August, right?
Last August.
Yeah, last August. And we were going to shoot it when it got cold out. So, we did a couple of things. We shot like the teaser and a couple of, it was, hot.
like little character development kind of stuff, like
Yeah.
that we put out there. Of course, Jay Roberts from JR Graphics, he's the one who has edited not only the film, but
everything. Yeah, everything we put
I
out.
mean, the posters, the one that did your poster, that's the guy.
I love it.
Yeah.
That's why I had to stress to people that I was like, I had a small part, because they may think, oh, you're starting. I'm like, no,
Well, you're in 2 scenes now.
You're too sick.
Yeah, like that was the thing. Is like when you first came, it was like gonna be, but you were so great. We were like, we got to get him back.
No, you were. Now,
We
listen,
gotta get him
I'm gonna
back.
tell you something right now, and it's getting close. And well, man, Derek's done this crap about 500 million times, but not me. But not your own original stuff you've written and you've produced and done a lot of stuff. This is our first
Yeah.
to this level. I know you've done some stuff before.
Yeah,
but,
no, at this level for sure. I mean, like for like a project that's kind of like taken a life of its own,
it really has.
and just like everybody wants to know when it is. Like we're expecting like a lot of people at this premiere. Like a like a
One
a
thing
lot
you
of
said,
people.
this thing's going to sell out. When you said to all the people in the group for the
Yeah.
casting crew,
yeah,
I believe it is.
yeah.
But your role was awesome.
Yeah, no, you did great. No,
we
you
saw,
did.
we
You
saw
did
the
great.
first half of the movie,
Yeah.
thanks.
and it was natural. It was
It's funny because I grew up as an only child, so I practice stuff all the time, right? But it's different when people are looking. So when we're doing it, I remember trying not to laugh because you guys.
you mean the bar seed.
No, not even that one.
The first,
the very first one.
because we were just talking shit the whole time.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I was drunk that.
Both times.
He fell
I
off.
fell off the fence.
No,
day.
that was enough. That was
Oh, that's right.
not
That
the
was
same
another
day.
night. That was the second show. Oh my god!
And we were trying to. I thought you were hurt. You started laughing, and I'm like, wait, because when he's hanging upside down, and so I'm like, okay, you're like, we're gonna hold you until I think it was Tim. Tim says action. Then we back up and let you go, and then you flipped over, man.
The sad part about that is it's not gonna make the movie.
Yeah, it looked way too natural because it was natural. I busted my stuff.
That night, that was a fun night.
Well, we've had a lot of fun nights since you've started for some reason hanging out with us.
I have tried, I try to come because I just wanted to see the process. You know what I mean? So and I'll tell you, I was when you put me in the group chat, the Facebook group chat, I was so intimidated because I'm looking at all people just talking and they're excited, and I'm like, and I haven't done anything other than I played Jacob Marley in A Christmas Carol when I was like in 5th grade or something. That was it. That was it. That probably wouldn't even fly today because I had the chains around me. Somebody would probably go, "Oh, what are you doing? Why is black kid got to have chains on?" So that probably would be another story.
You are now Jacob Marley in my my Christmas play this year.
I would do it. I'm the ghost of Jacob. I remember that, but it was very quick, and I just wanted to make as much noise. And I remember being on the side, and I kept while they were talking, I kept like rattling stuff. Like, shh, shh. But anyway, it was fun.
Stealing
but
the spotlight.
the cast and everybody I've met, because in that scene it was just me, you, and Lamont.
Yep.
And when they told you to say it like Bond, James Bond, remember that?
Yeah.
And that's when I'm like, oh, that's good. And then when you said it, it sounded just like I pictured, and I just, I'm like, it's a serious moment. I'm like, So I had to learn, and then the scene with all the detectives around it.
That was.
No, you did great because when Johnny told me you were coming, and I had assumed that you just knew that you were gonna be a part of it, and then when you actually you were just like, I'm just here to watch, and I was like, oh no, we actually want you to be in it, and you were like,
yeah. I'm like, because I came in, I think I started talking to Tim. I saw you guys in that kitchen area, and luckily, like I said, you had the hat because that's all I knew was the hat. I'm like, thank God you had it on. And then, and the funny part is, I went into the bar first because I didn't know the back part. And I walked in, and I was like, and everybody's friendly. Hey, how you doing? I said, is there somebody in here filming? And a guy at the bar was like, I hope not. It was hilarious. So I'm like, what's he doing? So and then someone said, well, go check in the other room. And that's how I found you. But I was standing around. I'm like, I think this is the place. But everybody is great. And I sat there talking to Tim, and that's when I discovered I didn't know there were lights that you could change by Bluetooth.
Yeah.
And so he's showing me scenes that you guys had done, and I'm like, oh, this is a lot happening here. So I don't know anything. Then, then I'm talking to you the other day. And I'm like, oh wait, I talked about you in my scene, and I hadn't met him, but I certainly recognized you.
Well, the funny thing is, here, you're right. We do have a great cast and crew. The acting to me
Was so good.
and most of the people have never acted before. Now we did have a couple of name actors.
Pros, yeah, we did.
Pros.
A couple
which
pros
is,
came down.
Bobby Heisler Jr. and Santa Dave Saunders. They're both.
Yeah, they acted movies like regularly, and then of course Derek as well. So,
Well,
I mean, like,
I've seen you everywhere now that I was seeing you, but I didn't know who you were. And then when I saw the mayor scene, man, that's you're telling me
When you see the whole scene.
oh my God, it's
Ken,
so
when you
good.
see the whole scene, he
kills it.
absolutely kills
Kills
it.
it.
I mean, it's like you think that it's not. Come on, the best mayor in the history of the world, Marion Barry.
Oh, Mary.
That's
Good old Marion
it was
Barry.
like he has channeled Marion Barry, and then I will say this, and I'm not going to spoil anything for anything, but in the second movie, we did, kind of go by Barry a little, Barry's
Oh yeah.
situation a little
Yeah,
bit.
there's some Marion Barry stuff going on in the next movie for sure.
You know what the most amazing thing about this whole movie is how it was shot. What's that? Hey, love you, Bob. Hey, Bob, yeah. Look, these are guys getting paid.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, for sure.
You know what I mean? We're not there.
And we got super lucky.
You know what?
with a lot
What's
of
good
people.
with buddy Bobby? Bobby's taking a break from acting
What's
because
up,
he has
Bobby?
yard work to do. So back to and I'll let since Jimmy and I know Tim's on his way. Jimmy can elaborate, but this whole movie has been shot on DSLRs, just regular photography cameras. And I'll give another shout out to Starlight Corner Pawn because that's where we got everything.
Yeah.
Son,
Yeah, no, I mean, like, we had the equipment that we had, and it was basically, we knew, based on the equipment that we had, we knew how we wanted it to look, right? We wanted to have, like, kind of like a grainy feel to it, something that was, like, really rigid and just, like, made you feel like you were almost watching, like an older movie, And, like, also, like, very dark, and so... Like, if you look at the color grading in it, it's very similar to, like, the Batman. Yeah, actually, it's literally, like, it's so close to that. And that's kind of, that was all by design, to be honest. Yeah. And so it looks really good. Like, we were able to essentially take, like, what we had and just make it very cohesive and just it's yeah, we're excited about
listen,
it.
We're
for
just
sure.
a bunch of guys in the backyard, as I always say.
Yeah.
But I'm going to tell you something, and this thing has gotten legs in the community as well, and we've gotten a couple sponsors from local businesses for the premiere. So I'm excited about it, and with what we had to do.
I got him.
Are you coming?
I got better than that. Let him get talking. I got to talk to him. But I see he the ringleader. So
I wanted to say something.
Oh.
These guys, they'll keep pouring it on about everybody else around them, but me, knowing them the way that I do, I would shift that back into their direction. They're very innovative and creative. I found that out about Johnny Lang a long time ago.
Mhm.
The way he concept creates, like on the fly, freestyle. He can freestyle it, get it done.
Just look at his TikTok.
Right. He can create something out of thin air, literally. Okay, and it'll be a good concept that we can add on to, and that's who he is to me. When James came into the picture, much more coordinated, planned. He's more structured. Kind of like
Yeah, I'm more freestyle.
Yeah, a little bit more of a like the heightened version of his father. Which that's the way it should be.
Right.
Your offspring and everything of that nature. So he came in, he formulated it. Their ideas were brilliant. As the mayor planned that role, that was directed by James McKinney,
Okay.
along with Tim Ledard, as well as Johnny Lang, because he's doing some producing as well. So those guys got me in to the right frame of mind
He's
to
the
play the character
money guy.
that I needed to play.
I'm
So it's not.
I'm the money
don't
guy.
Don't let them guys fool you. Like it's all about the actors and everything.
Right.
They took.
We do have a great crew, though.
True story though.
Oh,
They
yeah,
took
no.
basic equipment and made it look like something shot with cinema cameras with a high grade production.
Big Bard and Steel got local businesses to allow us to shoot. Speaking of the mayor, see, another thing. Let me tell you something. These guys put us out there. I mean, cold, rain, they didn't care. They wanted their special shot. So, but even with the police, when we were at the Dundalk police station,
You tell me that.
and the police officer came out and talked to us. Next thing you know, we're in there getting warm.
Yeah.
So,
It was cold, rainy that day.
boy, was it ever.
Yeah.
There were a couple of scenes I heard. From the trailer, I think when the guy's up against the wall, I heard that was like a really
It was
cold night.
bitter.
Oh my God! Yeah, that night it was like 19 degrees outside. Oh my God!
The scene with
yeah.
me in Lamont and looking out over at the city.
That was cold.
Freezing.
Yeah,
Oh wow!
yeah. No, it
There's
was
a lot of scenes where it was cold and rainy, and that's what they wanted.
Yeah, that was
they
the-
waited for those days.
like we wanted. I mean, like the one thing that I'll say about the film, and it's like it is roughly a 45-minute film, but I mean even as films go, that's not very long, right? But we were able to give the city an identity, right? We were able to make it look really gritty. Baltimore, right? Like the city itself is a character in this film. So it's
absolutely, yes.
and you can see it. Like it's it literally from the beginning to the end. Like the city is a part of what we're doing.
Even though I tell you, zero of it was shot in the city.
Yeah, no, that's true.
But the thing is, we used
That is true. The funny thing, right?
Old
We're
Dundalk.
outskirts, Baltimore County.
We-
City.
Old
That
Dundalk.
counts.
Look, Old
That
Dundalk.
The last
border
scene.
is right there. Like,
The last scene was supposed to be shot at Federal Hill, and like the very last second, we're like,
Well,
these guys knew how to find the right locations, and that's what
We were lucky with that.
ah, yeah, for sure.
Everything, it looks like you pick high production areas to shoot.
Yeah.
As far as I was concerned,
Yeah.
and that's my opinion.
And another thing
So,
is like
okay.
it's a lot easier to shoot in Old Dundalk. Like you come downtown, you got to get permits and shit like that.
right, and we guerrilla filmed all this.
All of
I
it,
mean,
yeah.
that's as our director has said, I'm the money man, so I'm poor.
Poor money.
But we big bar and steel, whatever money I could scrounge together, we did, and we got what we had to.
They got masks. They got whatever props that they needed to get. They did any and everything that they needed to do to make it appear as a real production.
I don't want to get sued, so I don't say where that mask is from.
production with, like you said, a very low budget. So I mean, it's all smoke and mirrors. That's what Hollywood is. That's
yeah.
what movies
Movie
are.
magic,
Movie
baby.
magic, yeah. But what we're hoping is that we put this out here, we put it out to some film festivals, put it out to some people that say, what, here's some money, and that we're not trying to to win Oscars here. Not yet, anyway. And the Oscar goes to Troy, King of Baltimore, Brody.
Yeah.
Hey, everybody, thank you.
I will make no jokes. I don't want anybody running up, slapping me while I'm on stage. Although it wouldn't go the same way if they did. But it just be a little different. But man, that would be just thinking about that is kind of cool, man. And I would say now the teaser. I think that's the first thing you guys showed me when you're walking through the tunnel. Is that
Yes,
the teaser?
yeah, that was
Yeah.
the teaser.
Now was that in the summer?
That
Or
was in
in
the
the summer.
It was hot as shit.
Bugs were
It was.
mosquitoes.
Just for the record,
He was there.
It was about a 25, maybe 30-pound difference in Johnny Lang during that time we shot that too. You won't see that in the dark tunnel though. He's part of us.
Is it,
You know
is
what?
it from the advertisers?
Can you-
Yeah, that's true.
Hey, look, you see he's over
That's
there,
true.
right?
Johnny's-
You see he's
Dur-
over-
during the summer, the Baltimore bomb was like 225. Now he's
Can I curse on this show?
He's
Yeah.
about to dig him
I
in.
can?
Yeah.
Oh, all right. I'm going to hold off.
Everybody's sitting over there. You ain't gotta- just be quick with the hands. 'Cause he
But
does
I
look for
will
more
say
guards.
this, though, and I swear to my Lord Jesus that I am going to be in ripped shape. Ripped shape for that second movie.
I'm there too because
You're
seeing
gonna be-
myself on camera, I was like, "Oh my Lord!" I saw myself there, and I'm in a band too, so people were recording, and I'm like, I look different. My mirror at home looks totally different.
Why haven't you? Do you guys
got
have
the-
any originals?
What's they
Did that
call
little
it, the-
trick me? Yeah, I look like 160 at home. Okay,
Yeah,
never
you
mind.
know
Hey,
Hey,
They were
hey,
half.
hey,
Half of me.
hey, get your hand off his wiener. Okay, now that I know we can curse, this shit's going in a different direction.
Oh
I
man.
thought this was a Christian radio show.
Oh man. But it was that my first day. Tim showed that to me. It didn't have sound, so then he was showing me the because I was mesmerized by the lights. I think that they were making the lights purple, and then he was explaining what we're trying to do, different scenes, blah blah blah. And then he showed me some other stuff, and he's got like all the stuff in the camera. So I'm really just like okay, this is cool. I really was not in the frame of mind of doing anything. I was just excited to just come. I thought might need to move some stuff around. Whatever. I just literally just to help because you were like, "Hey, come on down."
But if you remember on TikTok, when you commented that first time on the movie thing, you're like, I want to be in this movie. So, but back to Tim, and I'm going to say this about Tim, and I'll even say it when he gets here, if he ever gets here. He's good, man. He has an imagination. He pictures the lighting and the scenes, and the guy's good. He's a very, very talented director. He knows not dance recitals,
Yeah, that dancer side.
but cinematic life. Tim is, in my opinion, very good.
Yeah, shouts out to Tim. Man.
Yeah.
Timberwolf Productions. I mean, he's got his own thing going on too. He's putting it together.
Oh wow.
He's a very, like they say, he's a very intelligent, cinematic minded. He can cover it top to bottom. He can come in here and tell you, how lighting could be better. Maybe, believe me, he's that kind of guy. And you'll listen.
Come in here then.
Look,
Yeah,
Wherever
that's
Tim
what
is,
he'll-
stay your
that's
ass
what-
there.
That's what he'll do. Whether he says it out loud or not, that's what he'll be thinking when he walks in.
Well,
Just let him stay his ass where he is.
Tim is a director. Now, Tim is a director. He's hands on, and that's what I like about him. He'll explain the scene to you. These guys get their minds together, and they really come up with some awesome stuff. But if you can't get it, or if it's
he says he's here. How does he get in?
Tell him stay his ass outside and look on Facebook.
Yeah, Tim, just come through the if you're in the front
door
lobby.
and in the basement.
Yeah, come down to the lower level. We're the only ones down here, and Rock
Watch
is
the
glad
shit from
to see.
Facebook.
I guess he can hear
He's
me.
anticipating his arrival.
Hey, Johnny, yo.
Yeah.
I got a question.
Hey, look,
Johnny O.
I told y'all the cast from Jackass. Hey, listen,
Oh,
man.
with the Johnny name.
Yeah, where is the premiere going to be?
So the premiere is going to be June 24th, it's a Friday night, 7 to 10. It's only $10 to get in. It's a full red carpet event. We have our sponsors on our backdrop along with the production company, and we have photographer, DJ Rampage, pardon me.
All right, you can stop talking then. I don't need to talk to you no more then.
No, you shush it.
DJ. It's like a DJ conversation every week.
Hey, look,
Who's the DJ?
if you want to get on that
Who's the
list,
DJ in here?
then you got to get with Johnny Latin. You know what I'm saying? And of course, we're going to have some movie food, booze and soda, but most importantly, some local musicians and rappers that are on our soundtrack are going to perform live.
Okay.
And then, of course, the movie.
Well, because I like Brody some days, I really don't. To be honest with you, I can't stand his ass since we were kids. He was the 22-year-old that was hanging around with the 14-year-olds. He used to beat us up.
He keeps trying to.
Did you beat him up?
No.
He tried to.
First of all, every time somebody new comes in here, he makes me to be 80 years old. When I first walked in here, he's like, "Yeah, I remember Troy when I was a little kid." That's how he started. I'm like, "I was a little kid. We both little kids." No. What kind of car did I have, Rock?
A Cadobra.
He's like, when I was 6, you were driving a Cordova. It gives me a different car every week. So supposedly,
He had a Ford LTD.
Hey, well, I had one of them. 76 Ford LTD, that's how old I am.
That's what Troy drove to the prom.
Wait a minute. Oh, so that means you're about you pushing that half a century mark.
He's well above that.
I used to think Rock
He had a
was
50-year
exaggerating.
birthday.
He just lies. He doesn't exaggerate. He just lies.
If you go to Troy's
There
Facebook
he
page,
is.
All right, there you
Come on,
no,
in.
wrong
Tim
place.
go.
Hey,
Wrong
Tim,
place.
we at capacity. We can't have nobody else in the
Yeah,
building.
tell us about the lighting, Tim.
Tim,
Damn, he look like the Undertaker.
You hear what lighting? I told him.
Tim look like the Undertaker.
Yeah. What's up, man?
Tim Fazenbaker calls him Hogan. So we've been talking quite a bit, but King, I tell you, now that Tim is here, Tim and Jimmy have really put their heart and soul into directing this thing. As far as the feel of it, the feel of the actors, the lighting, and the filming in general. Tim, why don't you just give a little quick idea of about the movie and what it's about, and a little bit more about you.
Well, I'm sure you guys had already explained.
And yes, I just took over the show. Sorry.
Did a little. You've given the basic premise about about the film, but when one of the things that indie budget filmmakers have to go through is that whole budget thing. And so a lot of times you're forced to make some stylistic and artistic choices, which often vary from cause you to vary from the script, cause you to vary from your original ideas and things of that nature. But I think we've done a pretty good job sticking to the script, sticking to the actual shape that it was intended to be. Each scene was intended to be, whether
Even though
it's
we're poor.
yeah,
Right.
even though like this is literally shot on a shoestring budget, we we definitely made some stylistic choices and some artistic choices that turned out to be like happy little accidents kind of deal, like happy little accidents, But let's channel Bob
I've heard
Ross.
that a lot.
Yeah, we channel Bob
Like-
Ross.
I'm just- he
Like
said that
Johnny
that's one of his
busting his shit.
Yeah. Me
Yeah.
falling off the fucking fence was a happy accident, except for my knee busted.
So we didn't have a stunt player for Johnny and he just happened to fall. After the fact, we could have done a little bit of movie magic and shot it upside down with him right side up against the fence. But still, you didn't really you wouldn't have gotten the feel that gravity was really pulling,
Saw my
pulling
shirt
blood that
coming
was
up.
her, had his shirt come up, showing his age or whatever it may be. Anything
Right belly hanging out, showing my.
Well, I mean, like, yeah. So
Aging vigilante.
That's right.
yeah, that and
Let's
that's
not
the
forget
point.
that part, the
Is
aging part.
it's again adhering to the framework of the story that this is an aging vigilante who's going to pass the baton over to his to the next in line, to his next of kin. And what comes next will be kind of like the upgraded version of the original, and each generation's supposed to surpass
Which
the
is a
prior.
real thing.
And
He's sitting right next to me. He's better than I was ever, and I mean that. And I'm lucky. I'm lucky for that.
in so many ways, we have like family, kind of like framework and values and things that come along with just being in just an everyday family. You have a father-son duo. You have the parents hope that that the kids exceed what they've done prior or are more successful, whether it's money or just business or things of that nature. They want them to be better, and this is one of those stories that he pushes his son to be better, pushes his son to be better with training scenes, and you got to have a montage.
Which looks amazing.
Yeah. Have you seen that, Tim?
No, I haven't seen
Oh,
that.
it's
Well,
so
we'll,
good.
we'll be watching that here.
Yeah,
shortly.
we'll watch it.
Let's go. Well, all right, we'll talk about it afterwards. But I will say this, and when you mentioned that montage scene,
It's good.
I almost cried. I'm telling you, and it's exactly what you wanted it to be. I swear, when you see it, you're gonna cry.
So, like the reasons that I said, all right, we're running this way now, and I want you to be staggered like this, or just trying to set up each individual shot, having a vision in mind. When somebody has a vision in mind, and you paint that picture, and when it actually comes together, which I haven't seen yet, and so.
Have you seen? Is it done?
No.
No. It's about halfway.
What I was trying to
halfway.
say earlier is when Derek and then we went on a daggone tangent. But when I'd said that Derek has done this multiple times, well, we've only done it one time, and I'm getting a little nervous, to be honest with you. And Jay, who is our editor, Jay Roberts, shout out, love you, man. I'm telling you, he is killing it. And he said, listen, I have a rough version. It's not completely edited up until the end of the montage, the training montage. And I have to be honest, I was very nervous. And even though I was sitting there by myself watching it, I was sick. But anyway, it's amazing.
Yeah. No, it's it's. I mean, and obviously, and when Tim sees it, he'll catch it as well. Like it's
There are some things. Yeah, Tim's gonna be like, okay, bam, 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 bam.
Yeah,
But-
it's like there are things that are just like, okay, obviously that transition wasn't done or whatever. But
right. They're not even in there. He doesn't even put any
the
transitions.
way that like when you watch it,
Rough
you're just
cut.
seeing it all come together as like a cohesive story.
Exactly what, like every time we talked on the phone, every time we were out there in 3-degree weather.
Yeah.
And these guys are just, setting everything up and talking about everything, and we're all freezing our nuts off out
I
there.
didn't feel it. I really
Yeah,
didn't.
and so many good performances as well. By
Yes.
the way, like
Him and I, we don't get cold.
yeah.
Jay Roberts and Miko.
Well, Jay McClure.
I mean, Jay
McClure.
Roberts.
They're like so many really good
And
performances
Tracy.
from people who have never acted before.
Oh,
Like we
man.
got so lucky with like the performances and
Oh, my God.
like people like really threw themselves into their roles.
It's believable.
Super, yeah,
It's
like
it's the innovative minds.
Yeah.
This is what I was talking about earlier. Okay, this is their first project. Tim has done the stuff that he's done individually with the people he's done stuff with. But these two gentlemen right here, this is their first official project of this magnitude. Okay, what separates them from somebody that is, I don't want to throw none of the big names out there, but it's not much of a separation when you're innovative and you have
Yeah.
ideas and concepts.
But we want money.
Everybody wants money.
Shoestring budget sucks.
Everybody wants money, but to get money, you have to have brilliant minds like these three here, and that's what they have.
Oh,
If you don't
brilliant, but-
if you don't have that, it's tough. It's tough to gain traction when you have somebody that can put things together. Make sure all the T's are crossed, I's are dotted. we were joking about lighting. You see, he came in and he had a joke. Ready.
Yeah, like, what lighting?
Poor actor,
In
that
the
kind of stuff
entertainment
is real.
world, you got to be quick, you got to be witty. Somebody's got something to say, got to be like right back with it.
That's pretty good.
In certain aspects.
You, from what I've seen, because I was around you three first, and I don't know, you guys seem to, if they're, I don't say disagreement, that's not the right word, but if, like,
I can't disagree. So what I mean is I can disagree.
He's a liar.
Shut up.
He's a liar.
you disagreed, and then they'll go, well, no.
But they can. What I mean is, what I mean is I have disagreed, and sometimes they may, very rarely, listen to me. But also they have veto power over basically everybody. Even though I'm the super duper executive producer of this bitch.
Right. That's actually going to be in the credits, by the way.
That's my title.
Oh, I want to see that.
Super duper executive producer.
I just try to take my medication every day and just take it, each day with whatever comes along, and just deal with it. Deal with it.
It hasn't been easy, okay? These gentlemen might not. Well,
This has been a solid day.
It's been a roller coaster ride up and down. Some in which I participated in, some in which I didn't participate in. But I know that it's been hit or miss, and it's like that in productions. Period. But it's not an easy thing. It's not like coming out and seeing somebody come in here doing an interview for a couple hours and then everybody separates. No, this is something where Tim's got to come back out. James has to come back out. All the actors are called back, and everybody's got to be ready to do their jobs.
That's been the most painful part.
They
The
can't
callbacks.
look too much different than they did the last time. They gotta, they gotta stay the same accord, the same disposition. Everything has to be the same till the duration, unless these gentlemen tell them otherwise. And it's just not easy. And then life happens. So,
Yeah, the callbacks, the callback, the reshoots rather, and I know they were needed, but especially since we have a couple of actors, or a few actually, that live out of state. So Jay McClure, who was one of the robbers,
Okay.
he lives in Brooklyn, New York.
I didn't know who it was. I remember seeing that in the.
And so SD, Santa Dave Saunders, who was a professional Santa Claus.
He just said, "What's up, my boys?" At the bottom. Dave
SD
Saunders.
was just talking about you.
Oh, ho, what's up?
So SD lives in New Jersey and works in Northern Virginia. So so for him to take the time and reshoot, which he did. By the way, SD, you really killed it in what I've seen so far in the movie. And then Bobby Heisler Jr., who lives in Spring Grove, Pennsylvania. So these guys had to come back and forth for free. God bless you, and I love you guys for doing it. And these guys are paid actors, but believed in the story enough to work for free.
I find it interesting. You said it's going to be about 45 minutes.
Yes.
It looked so much like I saw a lot of stuff. So I guess a lot of stuff is like when you like the night you fell. I remember, and I'm tying in two different things. I remember the I can't remember his name, but the actor that night. I think he was wearing something totally different because Tim said, "Are you wearing the same thing?" That was my first thing. You're like, "You
Was
wearing
that
the same
Trevor?
thing?" And I think he had on a black T-shirt when he filmed it, but that night he had on a white T-shirt or something.
Yeah.
Was that Trevor, Tim?
Yeah. That was so for reshoots for one individual person, and then if we were trying to match somebody else, there's times when you have to just cut things together. There's times where one character is actually portrayed by three people at a different point in the movie due to availability, due to time constraints in general, like when it comes to family, when it comes to work in general. And like I said, you have a lot of guys who are coming out of, a lot of persons in general who are coming from other states, north, south, east, and west of us. And luckily, like, we had devoted persons who don't care about the money, and they're looking to make good cinema. And that was, like, that's been my journey the whole time, is, like, my goal was to make good cinema, was to make scenes that are memorable, that stick out in your mind. Like, no matter if the script fell flat, if the performances fell flat, there's something in the film that caught your eye and stood out and imprinted itself, because we all, throughout our lives, having watched tons and tons of movies and cinema over the years, like whether it's just a movie or it's real film, you know, and even though we're shooting in the digital realm, I use the term film as an analogy to, you know, to kind of surmise all good cinema.
Okay.
Like true artistic cinema, and why certain directors made the choices that they did, and why things look the way they do. You know, like you and I have gotten to a few discussions about, and like in depth about why a director went a certain way and made it look a certain way, and how deep they really put thought into it. So those are the things that, you know, we tried to hide little tiny little things here and there for people to see, to catch your eye here and there. You know, hoping that it will be one of those things that no matter, you know, if somebody didn't like the characters or if somebody didn't like the dialogue, but at least at the bare minimum, the scenes looked good. It looked like it fit the emotion of the characters. It looked like it fit the style of a particular character. You know, like a person who looks like they belong in a radio, you know, like in a podcast, you know, booth or a radio booth. You know, there's those persons who just have those certain looks, and finding those persons, like for instance, Santa Dave. Like as soon as I saw Dave,
You know, that's Steve.
Yeah.
I mean, he was perfect.
as soon as I saw him, I saw the old school.
That's how his role got written into the movie.
Yeah.
What is he in the? What's his role?
Okay.
Tim?
So
Oh,
so when I met Dave, and I instantly saw Next Gen Wyatt Earp in the wrong century.
Mm-hmm.
He looks like, and there's persons who have those looks. So there's people who look like they belong in the 40s with their bone structure and how they look, not just their dress. The dress accompanies the way they already look. You know, there's reasons that you choose a particular actor for their look. You know, if you're trying to do something in the 1940s, you are going to have to style the woman's hair to look like, you know, finger pleats and the different curls and rolls that they did. But there's women whose jawline, bone structure looked like they stepped out of the 1940s or stepped out of the 1960s. You know, or even like, you know, understanding like, you know, how different races around the world have different profiles and different things of that nature, which make them look like they are from a particular area, adding to the realism of the scene. You know, like if you're in Morocco in this open market or something like that, you know, but you're actually in Maryland, how would you make it look like that? Well, you want to get persons who look like they belong there. So paying attention to things like that and continuity is one of the things in the long list of what we are all doing, we're all trying to keep track of.
Mm-hmm.
So when somebody has a white T-shirt as opposed to, you know, a black T-shirt, or we're missing a vest for something, or so it's paying attention to that and then having to reshoot. So like he said, we've done reshoot after reshoot, and luckily we have devoted persons. And like there's persons that have looked the part, like Bobby. Bobby looks like he's a cop. You know, Dave looks like he's a cop, but Wyatt Earp, but from the times of Wyatt Earp, you know, with his mustache, with the type of glasses that he wears, his stature, how he carries himself, and I instantly saw, you know, fire and brimstone, like literally a cop who carries a copy of the Bible, you know, manifesto, like in his jacket, and I saw that, and then I started seeing other characters come out, and I saw the mayor of Baltimore City, the crooked mayor of Baltimore City, and then I saw, and literally like.
You played the part well, man. The little bit I saw, and I appreciated the lines you gave me to talk about. I had.
And like kudos to you, man. Props to you for stepping into the role so diligently and just kind of it was almost like dropping the needle onto the record, and it just finding the groove by itself. That couple lines that before you actually get into the actual song, there's that groove that just settles itself in. And I'm old school mixing when it comes to like turntablism, because I prefer vinyl over digital. So I know about needles, and I know
I'm
about
a vinyl guy,
about
too.
vinyl and all that. So, and old school battles, you know, old school, you know, like DJ, like, you know, turntable battles. That's where it's at. That's talent, you know. But anyway, it's sidetrack. But yeah, but I hope that like, you know, like all of us want to have things in our lives that stick out. So when you go to make a film, you want to try and like incorporate some of the things that have like meant something to you, or like stood out in your life, whether you like football or whether you're a musician, and then so if you're football lover, you do a scene where a couple of characters are meeting high up in in the bleachers of a stadium, just like a college stadium, a high school stadium, while guys are practicing running drills, and you have your your little 2-person meeting there, and one person walks away, and the other person's like, damn, just off the top of your head in there, am I painting a picture of being there because somebody liked football a lot and they wanted to incorporate that into it, or really liked going to live concerts and had a death metal band that they really love up on stage while this guy's trying to wade his way through, a shoulder-to-shoulder crowd. All those things that we've seen over the years, we have these pictures set in our minds, and then, it basically creates a blueprint for anybody to utilize to become a filmmaker. And this is what I talk about when I try to inspire people when it comes to filmmaking, is anybody really can do it. It's just using your creative eye, your creative ear, and you have to know when to flex creativity and when to pull back, and when to let things just ride, let a character do his job, let the scene around the character do the job instead of the script doing the job. There's a lot of things there's so much that's involved, but when you're doing indie filmmaking, you kind of have to scale these things down and just kind of let things fall into place, and eventually they do.
And they did.
And 30 takes later on like one particular.
There have been a couple. There have been a couple like that.
The one with Chris Hall and Jay Roberts likes to call him the Aboriginal Wizard.
That was 11 degrees.
It was freezing cold.
Yeah.
And of course, as I had mentioned earlier, Tim, his style of directing is hands-on. So, after he tells you, 700 times, and then he'll show you, and then that usually works, which it did.
Oh yeah, no, that
when you see the
scene, that scene is so good.
That whole scene.
Yeah, that whole scene is so
Which
good.
is the first scene in the movie that we're talking about, and you guys don't know jack shit about it, and I'm sorry.
That's okay.
But we do.
Yeah.
And
You?
no.
Yeah, no.
I don't know what they know.
And by the way,
this is their project.
and
I'm kind of like excited. I'm listening to them like you are. I'm
Yeah,
like, oh, is it going to be like that? Oh, it's like that?
Yeah.
I'm excited.
And
I'm
by
really
the way,
excited.
the scene that you were in, completely improvised that night. So like the first, well, both scenes were improvised.
Oh my God.
But the first, so essentially, what had happened?
Drunk at that scene too.
Yeah. So
You were in the background, and they're like, "Wait a minute, the bomb is in the background."
Yeah,
Johnny's in the background taking
Robert
a
Shaw
shot.
syndrome. Like you try the scene drunk, but then you realize it doesn't really work, and you try the scene sober and straight. But go ahead.
But so like essentially what had happened is a couple days before that we had shot this night scene. It was super late, and like Lamont couldn't make it, and it was imperative that he be in that scene. But we also had two guys who'd come down one came down from New Jersey, one came down from Pennsylvania. So it was like, all right,
gotta do something.
We got to get something shot. And so essentially we just shot it the way that we were going to shoot it. And that night we just improvised the whole thing. And we're like, this is the way it's going to look in the script. And it
looks really good.
Yeah.
And I almost cried. I almost cried. I mean, you know what I mean?
He hasn't even seen the whole movie.
I only saw up to the end of the montage.
It's going to be 45 minutes.
And it's a rough cut. I mean, it's a rough cut of that, but
There's different types of short films, and I would classify this as a short film.
Yeah,
It's
for
still
sure.
within a 45-minute mark.
hey, listen, time out. Before Tim goes on another 35-minute talk, let me say this. The premiere is June 24th at the Battle Grove Democratic Club. My name is Johnny Lang. You can catch me on Facebook, LAING. You can call me 443-610-4416 for tickets. You can cash at me. It's going to be an amazing night.
Yeah, no, it's going to be great. The whole crew's going to be there.
The whole crew.
Yeah, the whole crew's going to
Everybody.
be there.
It's going to be a full red carpet event. You're going to be able to...
Can I tell you something real quick? This is what makes us all such good friends, and there's such a classic unity amongst us. You see what he said about Tim? We're all like that with each other. Them two, if you ever catch them in rare form, they're back and forth. Yeah, they're father and son, but James would be like, look, hey, come on, man. You know, he's not going to participate in everything that
Yeah.
and Tim is Tim's the same way. Like, you know,
He's talking about the TikToks.
He's a pure.
That's
the
exactly-
TikTok.
yeah.
He knows I'm not a fan of TikToks. I'm like, oh my god, not a TikTok. He had me dressed in. It was the Preakness. He had me wearing a woman's hat.
I saw the
And
picture.
I
You-
caught heck for that.
You did a
but
TikTok with
I
like
didn't. Well, I
Tell me,
TikToks
he has,
like
yeah.
that with you.
Back,
Maybe two.
yeah, back.
That messed my street cred.
Did it
up.
threaten street cred?
That daggone purple.
Yeah.
Listen, I'll do TikToks. I will do any, and my street cred is 100 motherfucking percent.
The paper bag.
I wear a dress in that motherfucker, and I'm still tougher than these
I don't
motherfuckers.
understand how you can keep your street cred. Huh?
Oh, how does it?
Because I'm Johnny motherfucking Lang, baby.
No, it's just expected from the area that he comes from in general. You know, because
If
no,
you tried, I swear to God.
no, I was going to say like Edgemere and Fort Howard. There isn't much going on down there, so people got to get creative.
If I see you dressed remotely like a woman, other
Oh,
than that
you-
long hair you got naturally, it's gonna be a problem.
It's not the first time. Like I've been mistaken from behind so many times, and people walking up behind.
Oh,
you, they're
don't be
like, wow,
looking
that's-
around. Don't be looking around and shit like that.
What you gonna say,
Right,
Rob?
right, around. Mama, you better not look at that ass.
That man like 6'4", 290 pounds. The hell with that.
Let me tell you, my youngest son saw the trailer, and he's, I don't know, they laugh at everything I do, and so I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna do this. So he's looking at the trailer, and then when you come out with that, he's like, whoa, what? Now he's paying attention, so I had to start it over because I'm like, wait a minute, I'm like, you didn't get.
That and again, that was on the fly. We came.
He
up
wasn't
with-
even in the
He
scene.
wasn't in the originally. Yeah.
Rock, yes sir. You
Rock,
have a
what's up,
question.
baby?
Johnny Lang,
Yes, sir.
I have a proposition for you.
Listen, for money, I'll take care of business if you know it. Right? Yeah, I mean, come, I'm married,
Don't
but
ask him, would you do?
put it right back. Yeah, I mean, now what's up?
We're
Rock?
trying to
What's
get
up?
money for the next
Yeah,
movie.
I'm trying to get money for that next way. I will take you around the motherfucking world in this shit. What's up, Rock?
I'm an aspiring DJ, and I've never DJ for more than 3 people. But I also
boy.
own a radio station.
Right.
Because I like Troy on days that don't end with Y. I'm willing to put a commercial together for the premiere of the movie and all. But since you have a celebrity DJ Rampage, I would just like to DJ like 3 records, because I know it'll be more than 3 people there
I'm sure.
as a trade.
Yeah, absolutely.
you're
As a
in.
matter of fact, like Ramp is like
He's so cool, man. I'm telling you
Like,
what.
he'll
And
probably-
he's one of the. And he's
he'll
one of the
collab
biggest
with you.
DJs in the area.
yeah.
Okay.
But he's like Rofo. They don't know him down south.
But and he was on Judge Jerry with Jerry.
Was he?
Jerry
Jerry Springer.
Yeah.
Oh hell yeah!
He was
man.
on that?
Yeah. Oh
Yeah, if you look, I think it's like his Instagram is a
Yeah.
picture of him on that.
Him and an old girlfriend arguing and shit on that
He
motherfucker.
was like internet famous because the picture of him became a meme.
Wow.
So he is a pretty big DJ in the area.
Yes.
At least on the east side of Baltimore.
Yeah. But if you let me play 2 or 3 records, I promise I'll run a commercial for y'all movie.
Well,
Because y'all gonna have more than 2 people there, and they really,
You have
really.
a lot of people.
Oh yeah, I mean,
it gets
like,
me excited to know that I get to DJ in front of more than 40
we're
people.
expecting over 100 people.
yeah, I
It's
mean,
gonna be
100
more than
people?
It's gonna be more
Yeah.
than 100.
It-
Wow.
As soon
That-
as
that's a
they
lot of
did-
people to DJ in front of.
Be quiet, Rock.
This motherfucker.
as soon as you did the character posters, I'm looking at the comments from other people. Not to mention, I mean, my family alone, and they started, and we had
Yeah, all 4 of
a
them.
family reunion.
All 4 of them.
All
And they
four of us
posted it
family.
in our
Yeah.
family reunion. I'm
And 3 of them is his in-laws.
No. Oh, the in-laws will come down if I told them. I'm not gonna mention them.
Yeah, don't say nothing. If
No.
your
I
wife
won't
listens.
say unless Queen Brody, if you invite them down, they would come down.
I think you should.
Oh,
There's a
she-
queen, bro.
Yeah, there's a
Miss-
queen.
Miss
She-
Brody,
she's
I think
from
you should
Brooklyn.
invite them down. This should be a full family event.
They
yeah,
would.
it's gonna be great.
My relatives. If my relatives came, you couldn't hold them all.
I mean-
If they came from North Carolina, they're. My first cousin, she lives in Georgia, and she's like, "How can I see it?" She's already like, "What?" Because I guess she
I
has
don't
every.
know how after.
Yeah, I mean, I imagine we'll stream it somehow. I mean, like even if we can't come to like some kind of distribution situation, then we'll build like a website to stream it or something like that.
Tubi, Netflix.
I would
Well,
love
What about
to
Roku?
there's
Or
a lot
Roku?
of there's a lot of different like streaming
Amazon,
like platforms out there.
Yeah.
Even YouTube has plans and programs for persons to like launch something and have like an actual movie premiere on YouTube alone. YouTube Movies, they have their own gig, but they also use it as a platform for others and indie filmmakers like us.
Yeah, and I would like to, I would also ideally like to just continue making projects and then hold all of our stuff in one place as well, so people can like.
And we got how many
subscribe
more of
to us.
these?
On the cloud.
Son?
Yeah, on the
Do it
cloud.
on the
Yeah.
cloud.
How many more Bomb movies we have? 5 more.
Yeah. So it's a 5-part series. Yeah.
I was gonna say, so can y'all make it like a mini series or like a because a lot of indie artists now are putting things on YouTube and it's a series.
Yeah, that's.
Yeah.
I
And that's-
I
yeah.
guess you could call it more of a series than 6 movies.
Yeah. We'll see.
But
like
this,
right
this
now.
could have been made into a hour-and-a-half movie.
Oh, for
or-
sure.
or very easily.
For
It'll
sure.
save you a lot of time. You just do, which essentially depends on if you got, commercials.
The next one.
You can, yeah, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, I've been working on the script for the next one. It's already looking like it's gonna be long.
Short
yeah.
bangers, it's less production time, and everybody's so eager for it.
I'm excited.
And then you roll into the next one.
I'm truly excited.
We have some other stuff kind of in the works a little bit that we've been talking about, and I know
Yeah.
Tim has a few things. We've been kind of talking about a wrestling comedy
Yeah.
called Jobbers. Now, and another thing that I really want to do, I want to pull an Adam Sandler. And what I mean is these actors that we've had in this movie are so good. And I really would like to continue to use them. You know what I mean? If we can. In this particular movie, it just so happened that everybody were themselves for the most part, minus Derek, who was DeMar Washington, the mayor of Baltimore. And of course,
Would you find out your name? Would you find out?
Just
Tonight.
now, yeah.
Tonight.
Well, no,
Tonight on
so
this show.
here's an Easter egg for you. If you look, if you watch like, there's a part in the movie where you see his board essentially, like he has a board, and your name is on it. So, yeah.
Well, there you have it. It didn't matter what the name was.
And
you know? I just wanted
we
to
had a
play the part
frozen
right.
we had a frozen picture of you on a laptop while he's working building things like
Yeah.
bombs and stuff.
Okay, see,
So
it
it was like motivation to be like like toast.
Yeah.
Toast.
Fuck
But see,
fuck this guy.
I'm not
Toast.
surprised- and this is what I was saying. I know they want to push everything out there. Everybody else is doing so much. It's those guys that are creating these ideas and thoughts, and they're collaborating amongst themselves. And it's just it's brilliant stuff. And what I'm hearing is it's brilliant. It's movie concept stuff. That's what makes a production is when you look at it and you say, wow, that was a nice twist, a nice turn. Not the simplistic, everything's telegraphed. Oh, that's going to happen next. Oh, I know what's going to happen next. Nobody
Yeah.
wants to sit back and watch a movie where they know exactly what's going to happen.
That's
I
true.
don't.
That's true.
I'm a thinker like these guys are, like Tim is. How you see how elaborate he is. That's how I am. I want to watch a movie and be like, damn, they got me. I didn't see that coming.
Yeah,
So,
I'm looking forward to this, fellas. I'm like the second scene that I did where all the detectives are around, so we're talking. Like you guys basically said, it was really quick. You're like, all right, this is what's going on. You're gonna do this. Did you guys talk about that? You throw darts. And so I'm like, I'm taking it all in. I'm like, okay. And then you guys walked away. Like, work that out amongst yourselves. So we're talking. It's so funny. We're talking about everything except what you just said, right? But we like kind of learn each other's personality. And then when you came back and said, okay, this is what you do, and everybody kind of remembered their part.
Yeah.
So it was it was very cool. But it was like, my problem is, I'm thinking, like when I was doing my lines, and the guy that came up to me, I'm thinking he's gonna say something totally different than what he said. So it threw me, kind of. So I'm like, and I'm thinking about my facial expression, but then he went over the top, and then I'm like, okay, now I'm trying not to laugh.
Lou.
Everything is funny to me.
talk about Lou.
Is it Lou?
Oh, Lou,
The one
yeah.
put his arm around
Yeah,
me? He's like,
Lou.
I voted.
I voted for DeMar
That had something
Washington.
to do with that was.
Well,
that
no,
was what I was talking
no,
about
Lou,
me.
Lou,
That
Lou
was talking about my character.
was loose.
Yeah,
He
Lou
was
was
loose.
getting a little loose
Is
for
that bad
sure.
news or good?
No,
Nah, it was actually- it
there's
worked great. It looked good.
There's another L word, and I'd probably say like lubed up. You know, like he was like
I was also,
he was
up at night.
easy to go. You know, like he was ready to like jump in feet first, and you
And he
know.
did.
He
And-
did,
and
man.
he did, and he threw himself into the character, though it didn't seem like it was really hard to throw yourself into that particular character at a particular
Right.
point.
But like those are the kind of performances that we got, you know. This
Hey,
guy.
just for the record, you were in more scenes than me. That my scene was one day shoot. I mean, it.
When you get out of
Yeah.
here, that's all.
Yeah, but he's
this-
gonna play a big he's gonna play a
But
bigger
it
role
was
in the
so-
next
it was
movie.
so-
Saying, I know.
It's setting the stage. It's
Everybody
giving you-
seems to think everybody's like, oh, you know. I
Derek got a whole monologue, man.
Yeah, you were like,
It's cool. Listen, I'm
And
not
then-
complaining. I'm just saying that you went out for 2 shoots, right?
yeah.
Yeah, you got me beat, bro.
But it was only because
We had to
I
reshoot.
saw what TikTok.
That's right.
We didn't
It's
have
only because I saw what
Thank you,
TikTok.
TikTok.
And this guy's dancing around, and I'm like, it's so you don't understand. I'm just swiping, and I'm like, I do TikTok like maybe 5 minutes at a time. If I looked at 30, he's like 10. And I'm like, who is this guy that keeps popping up? But everything that's Baltimore, like people will send me stuff, Baltimore stuff, our accent, all kinds of stuff. And but nobody's sending anything. You're just showing up, man. And it's asking me, do I want to follow you? I'm like, no. And I'm just swiping.
No.
And as soon as I see the movie, it's like, because it's funny. If I didn't see you, I probably would have been like, I wonder where that guy is. Because, and it's not like I'm scrolling past and not looking at what you're doing. I'm watching the entire 30 seconds, 60 seconds,
Ah
whatever
man,
it was,
he must have
man.
thought you were real fucking weird. he just said it himself. He's like, I don't want to follow this
I
guy.
You
wasn't
are in a
gonna
bunch
follow
of
him.
those. Remember that, and you have wigs and weird lady clothing on. So stop it.
I was not going to follow, but it's your facial expression. You're like smiling every time, and I'm laughing. You're putting me in a good mood, and then finally I'm like, all right, I'm like, I guess I'll follow him, and then then the movie thing pops up, and then I didn't follow you, but I made a comment, and had you not responded, you probably wouldn't have popped back up most likely. But once you responded, then I'm like, oh yeah, now let me follow him now, because I don't really make comments under people's videos.
This man has kahunas the size of bowling balls. Listen to
Yes.
me.
Just having
He
fun.
does not care. You can't shame that man. Nothing you can say will possibly hurt that man's
Let's
feelings
see what happens over the
He
next
gets
couple
all the
of days.
shame and
Yeah.
out of the way
I'm
first.
telling you right now, he will change into Speedos. He will put on a pet outfit. He will put on an animal outfit. He won't care. He'll put on a wig. He will put on lipstick. He'll put on eyelashes. He does not
But
care.
basically,
he does not care.
you go up and you make fun of him, and then he's like, all right, here, hold my drink.
Matter of fact, I'm not going anywhere. Watch this in front of you. That is the way that man is.
when
And I
he-
respect him for it.
I gave it to him when you fell off the fence. When he falls off the fence and he's laying there, and I'm like, "Are you all right?" And everybody else is laughing because I guess I don't really know. And then you're standing there, and then he takes a gun, shoot, and I'm like, "Did he just go right into character?"
They don't mess around.
Well, I
That
mean,
became
also,
part of it.
well,
Right.
also, I mean, sometimes shoots take a long time, and I get that. And
And he
sometimes,
got drunker and drunker and drunker.
right. Well, what?
I'm just kidding.
I mean,
I'm not
people
kidding,
kept buying
but-
me shots. I kept buying shots. I mean, what do you expect to happen?
Well, actually, no. We were doing wing night, so we got him for. We were
Oh,
getting.
that's
yeah.
right.
I'm like, we're like doing wing night, and I'm trying to keep my shit together for the shoot.
And I'm just going ham. Give me shots and old granddad. And I did get all ripped up, but we have some other folks that are going to be involved more in an organizational capacity for like an AD and an assistant editor, which we don't need, but you know we'll give everybody.
Technically, we had two ADs this time around. We had
Oh, that's right,
Alexis
Big Joe.
and then Big Joe.
Alexis.
So that would be considered first and second ADs, whoever gets
Yeah,
the
first and
we
second
just,
AD. Yeah.
we need someone that has that has the creative mind to, interject when necessary, but also that organized mind. Because if we had that, or if I had utilized that,
To your body, to your mind. I got dibs on it.
yeah, right.
I'm just telling you right now.
If we had utilized Alexis Harris,
I was using a little different.
who is our AD, it would have been a much faster shoot.
Injections.
We would have been done more quickly, but that's not the way it happened.
Yeah,
So-
there was like a big break in between shooting as well. Like we started in August, and then we didn't shoot again until like it was like December, really, wasn't it?
And I feel like people were like thinking that we were bullshitting.
Yeah, yeah.
But also that I mean, it's the total time, invested into the actual shooting isn't really that many days altogether. I mean, it's just stretched out over
It's
a
just
longer,
long days
longer
sometimes.
duration. We take 5 days and stretch that out over at least 3 months. We're doing there's moments when those happen. Where we have you stretch the time because of trying to get everybody together, making sure all the stars align.
Yeah, yeah.
That's me, yeah.
I mean, I can't, and again, like even with it, I can't reiterate enough how good everybody was who was a part of it. Like everybody who came in.
And 2 actors had 2 parts each in the movie. And they killed it both times. That's Coach Chuck Tawney.
Coach, yeah,
Coach,
and
Coach
Chris.
Coach was a criminal, and then he was Detective Marks.
Yeah,
Oh,
in
wow.
Detective
Detective Ducky Marks.
Ducky Marks. And then, of course, our
that's fine.
our Aboriginal wizard.
Chris Hall.
Was-
Shout out to Chris Hall.
He was a criminal twice. And
Died twice.
And died twice.
Died 2 times in the same movie.
Man.
But we figured out how to make him look different both times.
Ah man,
Yeah,
yeah.
that
See
was-
if you
that
can
was
see if
important.
you can find him twice.
All right, I'm gonna
I don't
look.
know nothing about that. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Did that.
Yeah,
But that was just because, we had to utilize
we had.
who we had at the time.
And Chris was super eager to just do whatever he could
Yeah, he's
to
a
be a
great
part
guy,
of the
great
movie.
guy.
Yeah, like he was every single day.
And
he
Coach
did-
was a
yeah.
great guy.
Yeah, for sure. Every single day we were shooting, Chris would be like, what can I do on the shoot? You know what I
He'll
mean?
just come hang out.
Yeah.
Come out, watch me get drunk.
I could do that. That's fun just in itself, man. Just
Right.
watching you. I would definitely.
Just watching you get drunk.
Yeah, just watching you. Because when you do
If you got
the.
any time, we can do that a lot.
Well, luckily you post stuff, so I know when it come out. But you said they're gonna stop for a couple of months.
Yeah, Wing Night's going to stop until October 10th.
But you're still gonna go up there.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
I want shrimp night.
Right
Yeah,
around.
We're talking about that guy.
Yeah, we are. Well, that's the summer thing, right?
Yeah.
Shrimp.
Right around the time
Hello.
when Wing Night starts up is when we're going to start shooting for the Baltimore Bomb again. For Baltimore Bomb 2.
You will get after this. You won't have a problem finding people that want to act if you need.
Yeah, no, and that's.
Those days are over.
I mean,
Listen, I mean, we want people involved in all aspects of it. Some people are only interested in the production end of it,
Yeah.
or post production end of it, and we want those people to be involved and welcome as well. And also, obviously, one of Tim's big things is we need to search for, like we're going to the Baltimore Bomb's second movie or second edition, and we have our regulars, but we have to search a little bit to find the right actors for the right roles.
The entanglement has started. The crossbreeding, as it were, has happened. Essentially, anybody that knows me, that knows our connection, they're reaching out. This happened. Shouts out to Troy Elwood, Universal Records, and more. You had mentioned Angel Williams, Star City, Mike Davis, all those guys. People, everybody who knows what we're doing, they're all trying to help, want to be involved. With the network, it's just networking, And,
Andre Berry, Real Brothers,
Yeah, Andre
Trey and
Berry.
Eric.
it's
Them
just
guys
all-
have really helped, and also with advice. You know what I mean? Just like
Yeah, anytime, yeah, for sure.
they're always there. and their big movie that they have coming out is Necropolis, which is a much bigger budget movie. But having those
We're
folks,
hoping to get there. This
I
next
lean,
movie.
I lean totally on this group, and of course Jay Roberts, who edits, who's editing the film, and so. But yes, so anybody interested, I mean, just hit me up on social media. I gave you my number, 443-610-4416 for the premiere June 24th. I'm going to keep mentioning it. I know that
You should.
I know that Rock's going to hook me up with a commercial because he's going to be live. He's going to be out there with DJ Rampage.
DJ Ramp.
I love it. And Rock's been DJing since the 80s,
Yeah,
so
I know-
for
I
him to
know
say
that
3
idea.
people.
He said, I'm a aspiring DJ.
Yeah, I
You
like
got all this stuff sitting back there.
Yeah, no, I actually saw that.
You had all us fooled, Rob. We had no clue.
Yeah.
You thought you just got started, my friend.
More than 3 people. There's more than 3 people in here.
Yeah.
3 people in this room haven't heard me DJ yet.
I'll share something. I know.
Alright,
Oh, speaking of
let me
that.
ask you a question then, Rock. So what's your genre? What do you really like? Now, I don't want to hear what you play for people that, that you showcase for, that what they want to hear. What do you like to hear, Rock? What's your...
He likes house music.
You like, Rock? That's what I want to know, Rock.
Let me explain this to you. And we're only going to do this one time.
Go ahead. Oh,
Uh-oh.
there we go.
Uh-oh.
Got him going.
DJ
Look at him,
Nice.
he's excited.
going.
Rock night.
Rock Nice.
Because DJs like what they like. If they could just play what they want to listen
No,
to.
then you're not a DJ. Then you're not a DJ.
Speaking of that,
You
Rose,
play records.
But,
I'm
Yeah.
Mr. Get It Done.
but what do you like, man?
I like all genres. That's just
You
it.
like everything you like
Yes.
everything. Literally
Yes.
everything. Okay,
Yes.
I listen to like a lot of music. I listen to classic, I listen to hard
Yes.
rock,
And if
I
you ever
listen
see
to
me
jazz
DJ,
music.
you'll understand I like it all.
What's your favorite?
I don't have a favorite. That's just
Okay.
it. I like music. I like good music. And when I get to play my 4 records, you'll see, because I'm going to play
I wanna
4
hear
different
your
genres.
country collection, Rock.
Brother, don't try me. Listen.
on. Play some Alabama.
Listen, man. Listen.
Like a rhinestone cowboy.
Play it.
You got to ask the ladies at the station about me, because it's an unwritten rule that when I feel like I'm back in the corner or I'm challenged, I get up for the job, man. Listen. I'm going to come with my flip-flops on, man. Listen. It's going to be a
Usually doesn't
problem.
wear
It's
shoes.
just a-
That's
it's
him.
the point I'm making, it's not necessarily an easy job. You see what Ramp does? You see
Oh,
how
yeah,
Ramp
yeah.
plays a
It's definitely not an easy
variety
job.
of music, and he knows.
But I think he's the
his
same,
clients.
though. I mean, to be honest,
He's the same.
I think he is the same. He
Like
likes
Rock
everything.
said, He likes everything.
So, do you have any original music?
Yeah, that's what I was about to ask both
Oh,
of you
okay,
guys.
why?
Yeah, because we're looking for music for the. I mean, there have been a lot of people who've come and wanted to put their music on the movie.
Some have, yeah.
And some have, but I wanted to see if if you guys got a little something you want to throw on the soundtrack.
Here's the thing. My son, he wanted to write, because I'm like, you don't have a lot of time. You got stuff. Just give me something, blah, blah, blah. He's like, no, I want to look at the trailer, and I want to write something geared towards, like, his artistic side. I'm like, I don't know if we have time for that. It's like, it's next month.
What about you're in a band? What about you?
We mostly do covers. However, we all have some original stuff we just don't play. Well, I know I do. I have
Right,
original
right.
stuff. And in fact, I even called Tim, like, Tim, what do I call it? Theory? Like, funk and eerie. I was trying to make up a
genre of music.
because I saw I know the music you sent me to look at, and then I saw the YouTube, what's the name of that group? Tool. Like, I love that sound. I'm very streaky when it comes to music. Like, I went through I love rap's my favorite, Public Enemy, all that kind of stuff. And then I went through this grunge phase, but I was late. I wasn't when Stone Temple Pilots was out. I was maybe 3 years later. Then I'm like, oh, what's this? And I went through.
Because he went away to college and he didn't come back home until he was 27. So that's why he was late getting to the genre of music.
Shoot, that's where I should have heard it, man. But it was like Stone Temple and Nirvana and all, and I was like, I'm
Damn,
buying all
Stone
this-
Temple
That was
Pilots?
that-
That's
that was-
grunge
that
music?
was-
Yeah.
Well,
They're considered
well, to a
grunge.
degree.
Oh shit.
Oh, isn't that?
I guess
thought
it
was.
so.
But
Yeah.
it transitioned because
Nah,
a
it
lot of
makes
people
sense. It
weren't
makes sense.
considering
It's that same.
rock and
It's the
roll.
same
They were
time. Yeah.
considering it
Well, I think
alternative
grunge is
music,
just
yeah.
branch of rock.
Yeah, grunge is just like that.
What's Pearl Jam?
That's
grunge?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
grunge for sure.
I,
what I'm saying?
I
Because
found
Pearl
all that
Jam,
at the
they-
same time.
Yeah.
Almost to meet the same.
Or at
Well,
least at
well,
that
yeah, yeah.
time when it came out. Cause,
Yeah.
'cause grunge didn't really last that long.
I love that sound though.
Yeah,
And-
for
and
sure.
I'm a bass player, so I've had I filled in for a lot of stuff, and when I mainly play R&B, but I filled in for top 40. So I played country. And that stuff, man. It's if I've never heard it, it's hard for. I play by pattern. I don't read music, so it's like I hear it and I go, oh, I know that pattern. And yeah, but that's all I've been doing. I took lessons a long time ago, and I didn't like the music teacher because I wanted to do this. I wanted to be Louis Johnson, Larry Graham, that kind and he's showing me the proper way first. And I got bored, so once I learned how to do like blues, and I didn't know how important it was, so I quit. And then I started going to open mics. I was like, oh, 145. You know, it's like all this stuff is kicking. I'm like, oh, I could play it. But I didn't know I could play it, and never heard the song. So it was. When it comes to music, I'm real streaky with that. So when you're showing me, working my way back to the film side, you're showing me the videos of those German bands, and I'm like, the one that had all the fire. I don't remember the name of that group.
Rammstein.
Man, I'm looking at this video and I'm like, it's a lot happening. Like I'm getting different meanings. The one where they went through time.
Yeah, it basically showed the history, like Germany's history.
Yes.
From like century to century to century. And they did it in a truly cinematic fashion. Like it had all the trimmings of a high budget, film, like from the look of Schindler's List to, King Arthur and Knights of the Round Table, like that type of like imagery, and they literally from century to century they portrayed Germany historically the way it really was, and like especially showing like during World War II, like how despicable things were over there, and they did it in such a fashion, and they utilized themselves. They didn't have just any average extras or some other actor portray them standing up, being prepared to be hung in front of a whole bunch of other people with numbers tattooed on their arms, and wearing like the Dachau cap, the old school little cap and the
Right.
stripes. They put themselves into all the roles, so nobody can criticize them by for putting somebody through something of that nature and giving them PTSD. There's a lot of that's when you go that deep with a topic of that nature, like, and you try to show the history of an entire of one country. Like, can you imagine having a music video that shows the entire history of America in one video? That'd be hard to do.
And just to even think of it.
Yeah,
is-
and Germany's older.
Yeah, as I said, Germany's way older.
The other way older. So, yeah, there's for years we've watched cinematic movies like Thriller.
Yeah.
Cinematic videos, music videos.
Yeah.
And that's inspiring to us too. Like the imagery that we grew up with. And,
Yeah, love Thriller.
Yeah,
Never forget that.
in the 80s.
When I first saw that, man, I was like, holy crap, this is a music video?
And
Mike and all this.
That was a
stuff.
Michael Jackson
And they
film.
start doing the slide. They
but
were
also,
Man,
in
I was like,
the
holy
same
crap, what
realm
the hell's
also,
going
like,
on here?
Like Michael Jackson's
You guys are old.
was also like another
Yeah.
kind of like film-esque or film noir.
Yeah.
But
Remember, he
yeah.
turned into it. It was almost like American Werewolf of London. How he trained.
Guys, all of that came out before I was born. I don't.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you sound like rock now.
But the
I was
reason-
50 when that came out.
But the reason that it's like American Werewolf in London is because John Landis was at the helm.
That's right.
That's right. Because remember when he turned into when Mike turned into the zombie, he was just like, it's like it was. I mean, it was real special effects. It wasn't like no fake stuff. You talking like
Shout out to Rick
80s?
Baker.
Oh, yeah.
Shout out to Rick
Yeah.
Baker.
It was cool, man. I'll never. I mean, everybody just loved it.
And so now, and that has bred the independent filmmakers of our generation now, and we're eventually maybe we can bring back that feel and that essence of some of the older films that we've seen and grew up with.
Now, speaking, the Bomb movie has that like kind of horror noir
Yes,
feel to
and
it.
that was by design completely by design.
Right. And
The one thing that we bring up is that there's moments when you feel like you're okay. There's your first person point of view, but then there's other moments where it feels like you're playing a video game. Then other moments when it feels like it's a graphic novel, like just the outlining of things just looks like it's almost like it's literally a comic jumping off the page, and by design, and then accidentally sometimes, again, like you're saying, like things accidentally happen. Sometimes.
happy accidents.
They just look phenomenal.
You had described the scene. Maybe you were in it, and you were saying how the camera had to move around. Maybe you were the camera person.
Which one was it?
When the camera goes down the hall and walks up to the Baltimore Bomb, and he shakes his head no. I had to swing around the back and then use my tail end to open the door and to have enough space to get the frame cover to move down the hallway, timed with Johnny's choreography he had to go through because he had to time that choreography. So
And stuff like that little teeny stuff that you've done, and I can only say that because I've seen half of the movie. You haven't, but you will. And it that reminds me of the odd positions that you've had to be in.
Yeah.
To get those shots.
Phil's shot with him like falling to the ground, and I had to like get my face and lay my face on the concrete, and just to be able to see the screen to shoot this one scene, and just like to have someone like fall right in front of the camera, that kind of deal. I had to get real low.
Did you stay free-handed the whole time, or did you gimbal up?
No,
We gimbaled a lot.
Yeah, we gimbaled a lot. Even when we're just, it's just a stationary shot. We didn't even utilize like a tripod just for like a real static, steady shot the whole time. But there's a lot of movement, and I'm a fan of the Warner, which is having this one continuous shot going and going before we have like a cutaway, because that cutaway constitutes the possibility of, all right, well, they could have came back the next day. Yeah. They could have came back the next day, a week later, and picked it up from there. But no, we did it all in one shot.
Yeah, and you can see that in multiple scenes. Like, there are a lot of wonders that are just so smooth, and it just adds to, like, the cinematic value of each scene.
And I got to work out.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm definitely. I'm ready. Like the second one, I'm like, I better do. What do you think you start doing the second one?
Probably, I would say, I mean, like, one of the things that we want to do is we want to shoot all of these things when it's cold out, like in the wintertime, because again, it like adds to the character of the city, and so make it like the idea is like the city is
and also the mood and disposition of the bomb.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Even though, as I'm watching what we have, and I know you can see the development.
That's also the cool part. Like, I know you haven't. When you see it, like the cool part is like the character development of the character. Yeah.
Most, the Baltimore Bomb and his son.
Yeah.
I mean, you see this relationship at the beginning that is so cold, and when you get to
Distanced.
yes,
Very distant.
scenes, and then once you get to that kind of halfway point, you're seeing, where at the beginning they're even bickering, and then as you get to that kind of halfway point, it's like, oh, wait a minute,
There's something there.
these guys are they're bonding,
And one of the visual,
which is what the movie's about, really.
one of the visual tools that we utilized there was showing them, in each scene, like they started like so far away from each other, and then like in other scenes, like getting further along in the story, they're this close, and then they're this close, like physically this close in the scenes. Then eventually, we're at that point. The final scene is
man,
side
so
by
cool,
side,
man.
So good.
and so it shows that gradual.
Tim, don't give the damn movie away.
I'm not some Mark Ruffalo character.
Are you going to wait and see it when it's done, or do you want to kind of see it?
No. So
My name is going on this.
Yeah. So like once we get the rough cut, Tim and myself are actually going to sit and watch it.
And then we have to fly to England to have a meeting with Jay.
Yeah.
I don't know if you know this, but I'm the super duper executive producer of this bitch.
Yeah. You can be there too, but me and Tim have already had this
We
conversation.
literally have to. We have to have like a Zoom meeting and have like screens and cameras set up so we can have this full editing session with our editor over in England, so we can make sure that we get these
It would be cool if we could go.
get the pacing right. Pacing's got to be right.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah. But like it's yeah, man, it's really
It's
exciting.
exciting.
Yeah. Really exciting.
And I'll say this. My son's here with me. This project, that's how this started. Just something that we wanted to do as father and son, and then it turned into a project about father and son, and really goes along the story of our reconnection and starting here about 6 years ago, and right now it's that I'll say this to Tim and you guys. I'm sorry, I love you. You're gonna have to wait. And right now it is that final scene of the montage.
Yeah, no, for sure. And also shout out to Lamont, by the way, and you know,
So
like his character as well. Like,
another guy that he's never acted.
yeah,
He would.
oh
I
yeah,
was trying to give something away. The scene, my first scene, so I knew he was gonna cuss or whatever and tell you come on or whatever, and I'm talking to him before we do that. I'm like, I know you from somewhere, and we're going through this, and we're like, we grew up in the same neighborhood and all that stuff. So everything's pretty cool. But when he yelled, like I don't even know if I was really acting. I was like, he was really good. I was like,
yeah.
But made no mistake, like for that being your first time.
Yeah, you did
stepping up,
great.
Like
Yeah,
you
did
carried-
make that facial expression.
Yeah.
That was
You carried-
yeah.
You had a presence on screen. I mean, you looked the part of a Baltimore detective.
You did.
I have been mistaken. I have a driving SUV. I get that.
Or
Yeah.
or even that
know why.
that law officer that is he's borderline detective, but he's still working the streets, but he's working the paperwork on the inside a lot more kind of deal. And you were kind of like processing somebody just to help out at that point. But with us, like just again on the fly, setting up what we had, a table and
Oh my God! You dragged a flag from somewhere.
bringing flags.
It looked
in,
like an office. It
just
looked
trying to make it look like.
And by the way, it really, Tim, you ain't seen it yet.
no.
It really does.
with the background.
and the reactions of everyone, you, Lamont, handsome over here, it's truly, I can't say it enough because it's really, to me, seeing this come together is amazing. Not yet, but I will.
I told you, like, not everybody can connect this with the physical motion and the facial expressions, and you did it really, really well, man.
You did.
And I
Killed it.
want to work, like, I'd love for you to continue working with us with the Baltimore Bomb, but then on other projects as well, because all of us have our other ideas.
Can't wait to see you in your wrestling trunks.
Speedos.
Listen, if I can one more time, I want to mention to everybody, and I know you're probably getting tired of me saying this. June 24th at 7 p.m. at the Battle Grove Democratic Club Hall that the production company has rented is going to be the premiere of the Baltimore Bomb movie. It is $10 to get in, full red carpet with the backdrop with all our sponsors, photographer, DJ with guest DJ Nice.
He's like, Troy, I want to go. Well, first he laughed. I was like, man, I did this movie. He starts cracking up. What'd you do? I said, I'm a detective. He's dying, man. I don't know if we recorded that particular show. He laughed for a long time, and it wasn't
Rock.
It was like,
what did you think the first time you actually saw the trailer?
I haven't seen the trailer. He won't say. See, me
how'd
and
you
Troy
miss
not
it?
friends.
It's
seen
on
the
the
trailer?
page.
Me and Troy not friends. We just somebody that grew up together.
Here we go. It's
About 10 years apart.
A is for A
More like
is for
13. Because when I remember I was like 8 or 9, Troy was going to the prom already. So
Wow.
You need to cut that out, man.
A is for acquaintance.
I was born in 1972, and Troy drove a 1976 Cordoba to the prom. So you do the math.
You know, it kills me. I have to bring the same people back because every time somebody new comes in here, he hits me with that. So you, yeah, we got to figure out some kind of way to get you back in. But if he's going to do a commercial for you, I will. Look,
Well, but you know what you guys should do, and I'm just throwing it out there. I mean, you should do a show on the red carpet,
Yeah, no, absolutely. That would be amazing.
even though you're in the movie. But you know, you see the actors and the local politicians
They're-
and the local business
you know,
owners.
that would be cool.
And for your
The local people that are directors and have their own production companies, and actors
Yeah.
that are in other projects locally and nationally.
and
Yeah.
for your family members who
See how
won't make
Friends
the
do
trip up
Friends?
here, they can
Thank
really
you.
watch
Thank
the
you.
live
You see how Friends
carpet
do?
events.
They ain't got to worry about it.
with
You're going to be
you as-
DJing anyway.
Now,
Troy
like,
ain't think about that. He didn't even want me to come, but he wanted me to cash app him $10.
That's messed up.
I looked at Loch Ness Monster in the face and said to me, $350.
but that's definitely true. Like, there's like the cool part about this is like this has attracted a lot of people that are already kind of in the film, the film
Yeah.
circles around here. Like, there are gonna be like legit people in the film industry that are coming to watch this. Don Stepp is coming.
Yeah.
Who is
Lee Dahl, hopefully.
Lee Dahl.
Hopefully Angel's coming, I think. Angel Williams, who was amazing.
Who's the guy that was in Gotham?
Johnny Alonso. He said if he's in town, he lives in L.A. now.
He was on a TV show?
He was on
He's
Gotham.
been in so
Oh, I used to watch that.
Yeah, he was
been in
on. He was
so
on there.
much
He,
stuff.
he was. I think. I looked
He's
at.
made
his
a career out of
thing.
being an actor.
Yeah.
And he's from Baltimore, and he said that if he's here in town, he will stop by and be there,
Oh,
Yeah,
that would be-
which would really be amazing. I mean, this guy is a legit actor, Johnny Alonso.
The owner of Polak Johnny's is going to be there.
That's right.
Are we gonna have sausages?
I need to be
Yeah,
that
yeah.
guy.
So-
Yeah, baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I need to be that guy.
Yeah, Polak Johnny's is one of our sponsors, so yes, we'll be.
I like the way y'all work. See, Troy don't get it. Troy don't push
Polak
that.
Johnny's with work sauce.
Yeah,
Yes.
with the works.
With the works.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Bob, he asked JL when the premiere is for me.
He wants to see. Is that Bobby?
Yeah.
He wants to see the movie early.
Is that what that? You can see it whenever. I mean, I don't care. Bob
Tell him when he pays $10.
He's actually one of the stars
Yeah.
of the movie.
So when he pays $7.
$7.
Oh, we get a discount. So at the premiere,
No, 10 for you.
I want because I'm like, you didn't bring it. Did you bring any tickets?
I did not.
Yeah.
Oh,
so-
yeah, well, I'll meet you or whatever.
Yeah.
And I clearly want 10, and then my wife says, "Well, I can easily 10." I'm like, let's get the 10 first, and let's.
Well,
let's
there's
pay
two-
for the
there's
10.
two-
Miss
200 tickets.
Miss Brody, Johnny Lang here. You sell as many damn tickets as you please.
yeah, there's 200 tickets or so.
She's skilled. She has
We
friends that show up for things. Like I was in Delaware. Some people came up from here to Delaware to see the band. So it's like,
We're expecting
Queen Brody, we love
a
you.
lot. Yeah,
Let's
yeah.
go.
We're expecting to possibly sell out. So
I think you're going to sell out.
there's
I
200.
hope we are. And listen, if anybody wants any tickets, all you have to do is
That puts the pressure on us.
all you got to do
Take
is
5.
call me 443-610-4416 or hit me on social media or hit King up
Yeah.
or hit Derek up or hit Tim up or hit Rock up or hit Jimmy up.
Yeah, I get to play 4 records that night, so I'm gonna sell about 3
We moved
tickets.
up to 4. Did we start off with 3?
No, I
Three
said
people,
4.
3 records.
See, you see how you trying to cut me out? It was always
It's
4.
recorded, man. I can pull it.
It was
back.
always 4.
I can pull it back. Don't delete me. What? Look, you did.
He gonna pull it back.
Yeah,
right
I'm
now.
making sure.
Y'all listening to the crooked ass mayor? Come on now, like really? The crooked ass mayor. Yeah, okay.
Can't trust no man.
Again, like the continuation of this, like in the next episode or the continuation of the series, you get to see how crooked the mayor really is,
And the chief.
and the
Yeah,
chief,
the
and
chief,
see
yeah.
who they're really connected to, because
That's the best part about this whole series, and we've discussed it over and over again. It's like as this goes on, and I'm not going to give away too much.
It's all written already.
It goes through all the and the continuity and the flow, and oh my God, that's why that happened back then. And this guy is the reason that. So you're introduced to new characters, new villains, and eventually, Mr. Big.
Mr. Big.
Mr. Big.
You already have Mr. Big. Do we already know who that is?
Yes,
Who's
we-
playing that character?
Andre Barry is playing that from Real Brothers.
So we haven't. We won't see him in this.
You won't see. We probably
Won't
won't
see
see
him.
him in this film.
But
Okay.
speaking of that, while we're on, I mean, I know we're on air, but it made me think about it earlier. We could get that shot still, because you know who we could use? Eric Washington.
Yeah,
Okay.
but didn't he already say so? He said something about somebody already.
Yeah, I mean, like
Whoever.
whoever may be, but I mean, just, we're basically using the shape, we're using the silhouette, like for,
Yeah.
Let's,
for the
let's,
shot.
let's
you
do
know?
that.
Okay.
So it's like, how do we leave them in suspense? Like, oh wait, I need to see the next film because I need to see who this guy is. Because this
Okay.
guy, like this guy at the end must be something important. He must carry some kind of clout or carry some kind of weight. With him being the last thing that we see before the end of the film.
Before the
Kinda,
credits.
Before
Right.
the credits.
Oh.
So it's like kind of like we're gonna leave a worm on the hook out there, and you can swim up and bite it if you want.
Well, that's a
And
couple worms.
couple worms. But again, we were making movies for people who like movies at the same time as like trying to like bring this father-son story out there. So again, when you go and watch it a second time, a third time, a fourth time, you start seeing the little things that we put in here, there, because we grew up with those little bells and whistles, those little things that the directors or creative teams, writers put into a film for you to visually grab onto later on.
Yeah.
100%.
No, there's a lot of that kind
And
of stuff
the,
for sure.
The prime example of it
And
is
that speaks to you guys, and that
that's
and
time. It's
yeah.
a lot of time, like going over stuff.
That, all right, but
If you saw Ghostbusters, the new Ghostbusters film, that movie is loaded with what people call Easter eggs, or what I call like little winks and nods to the other films. And I mean, it's tons and tons of them in there, and you'll be like, "Oh, I got to watch it like 10 times." And be like, "Yeah, I remember that from my childhood. I remember that from my childhood," and it just goes on and on. And that's that eclectic feeling that we feel when we watch certain films like The Goonies, we watch Star Wars and things of that nature. It takes us back to that moment, and we feel something besides the everyday, dull gravity of our situation of just being alive
it's
here.
nostalgic,
It's nostalgic, and it helps us step out.
right? And I believe that this is going to do that. I mean, it's a movie. You know what I mean? So
I'm excited.
But
yeah. I'm excited right now, but when we get there, it'll probably be.
yeah, very exciting.
Yeah, it'll be exciting, but also like if there's like really 200 people there, I'll be like, this better be good.
Well, wait, let me. So for the premiere, just make sure I understand. So before the film, we'll see performances, or you saying after?
Yeah.
Before and after.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're gonna
It'll
have
be a party.
It's going to be a party. Like I said, so there's going to be basically movie food there. Pollock Johnny's, walking tacos, popcorn, assorted candy, soda, cash bar, or you can bring your own.
Yeah, bring your own beer.
So if you want a cooler of beer, you can bring a cooler of beer in. We rented the hall, but also there'll be a liquor and beer available for sale, and that'll be through the club bar, which you've been in many times.
Yeah.
So it is a party. It's scheduled 7 to 10. We do have an option to stay an extra hour if we want. But what we may even do is close her down at 10, get the DJ to set up over in the corner in the bar, and then we just all go over to the bar and light it up for the rest of the night.
After party.
After party, yeah.
So anybody? So the red carpet. Like,
Now there will be, we like to call him Big Bad Bob Mongan, and he will be working the door. So when you come in, you'll be directed straight to the red carpet. As soon as you walk in the door, he will
Big Bad
not
Bob
collect your ticket, but he will see it and probably give it a whap, and then
Yeah. Well, they rip off.
oh, the rip offs.
Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
so boom, and then you go right onto the red carpet, in through the back door and into the hall, and then find your table.
Okay.
Which-
And what day is this? When is this?
This is Friday night, June 24th, 7 to 10 at the Battle Grove Democratic. Hey, listen, I don't mind repeating it because I want this damn thing to be packed. $10 per ticket.
Only 200 tickets available.
Right, only 200 tickets available, but I would love to sell them all out. And by the way, I also want to say this. 20%
Yeah.
of any money that we make after we pay our bills, by the way, got to pay the bills, any money that we make, we are going to donate 20% to Maryland School for the Blind. Don Stepp kind of inspired us. We also would like everybody that comes to bring a non-perishable food item.
Okay.
And what we're going to do with that is donate it to Soup for the Soul, which is a local soup kitchen in the Dundalk area. And they have food give-outs a couple, 3 times a week. They have hot meals, and they take care of the people. They make sure our children are fed, and it's a great thing.
That's cool. I have a friend that works Maryland School for the Blind too, so might as well try to sell him a ticket too, right?
That's
Yeah,
right.
there you go. Breaking. Yeah.
That's right,
He
Zach.
shows up.
Yeah,
And I see
Don-
the wife has responded, so.
And what's that? What did Miss say?
No, she's just saying LOL, so she's like.
Hey, no LOL, no LOL, ma'am.
Queen Brody.
You better sell them damn tickets. Okay.
She's already like, I got to figure out what I'm going to wear, so I'm already going through. Let her know that Idris Elba is not going to be there.
He's not going to be in there, but I will say this.
He is welcome to
He's
that.
welcome. Now, King, don't downplay it, because let me tell you something right
I mean, he played in The Wire,
now.
man.
I'm going dressed to the nines, and I encourage anyone that's coming to dress. But that being said, come as you will. This is a party where if you aren't a person that wants to dress in a tie or a dress or a tuxedo or whatever, that's fine. Come as you are, and that is perfectly fine with us. But for us,
I'm doing it.
it's going to be more than that. And we want everybody
I like
to
it.
participate. We want everybody to walk the red carpet, get their pictures. You'll have, I promise you, everyone will get their pictures, and we're going to have a great time.
All right, I'm going to do it. How are you on time, Rock? Is it
The show was over 30 minutes ago.
man, I appreciate you guys coming in.
Thank you, man. Thank you so much.
I appreciate being in the movie too, and meeting you guys. It's been I met you last, man, and coming to the Democratic Club. Am I saying it right?
Yes.
Battle Grove
It's-
Democrat.
Battle Grove Democrat.
Everybody in there, including cast, but I mean the people that work there. When I went there last week for the wings and stuff, everybody's nice.
Good people in there.
Everybody's nice. I got no bad stories. The worst story of all was you falling off the fence, and it turned out not to be that bad.
Well.
So, well,
I'm old.
He's still feeling the repercussions.
I'm old. Everybody.
but you kept acting, man. You're like, you took the gun. I was like,
Give me
Aren't
another
you
shot.
The show must go on. Thank you, man. Thank you, Rock. Thank you so much.
Yeah,
welcome.
thanks for having
You
us,
guys are killing it. And, we're not ever above or beyond being on your show any time. And not only that, there's some projects coming up that as I told you, that I want to try and keep the same actors in the projects that we're doing, along with bringing on.
Rock, we need you in the next one.
Yes, you. Oh, yes, sir. You in the next one for sure.
I feel honored.
And also,
they need criminals.
real quick, real quick, we also, and I don't know if anybody has seen, but and Derek is directing the Johnny Wang movie, which has been written by Jay Roberts. So there is going to be a scene leading up to the viewing of the movie, which is going to be the guys from the Johnny Wang talking about it and then popping the CD in and watching it.
Oh,
So,
wow.
so we have some fun stuff planned, and I'm excited. And I want to thank you guys, and I want to thank these guys here that are with us tonight. My son, Jimmy, Tim, love you. Derek, love you, and many more. Everybody that's involved, thank you. And also, we're going to have a cast pool party at my house.
Yeah.
Oh hell no, because Troy wears speedos. No.
So do we. Well, yeah, we all wear speedos.
I'm
I
not.
might
I'm
not
not
wear
wearing
anything this
speedos.
time.
I'm not.
Just-
I'm not
just
wearing speedos. That's not a
Free
thing.
for all.
Free for all. Going bareback.
Natural.
Oh, natural, baby.
No, Troy, because then they're going to think that he invited a bunch of kids over to his party. No.
Oh my God. And you know what? New best friends right here.
He sells me out every time. Man. Not one per. I mean, we've had Yankee fans in here. Now you're an Orioles fan.
Oh, 100%.
We don't play with the Yankee fans. He becomes friends. You showed me that.
Yeah, I'm an Orioles fan.
I like that.
I've been wearing this hat 26 years.
I have not seen one. I have not seen one.
So this hat, 26 years. This opening day, which is 26th opening day on my head.
He already retired that. He like had it in like a glass box, and he's like, fuck it, broke it. Now he's got the hat back
Yeah,
out.
You gotta wear it, man.
We were trying to bid that hat off on a show that him and I were doing together called Speak Your Mind. And that hat is worth some money. People.
Hey, I'll sell it for $20,000 right now.
I'm being serious with you though. We were just
And I'll get naked for that $20,000 too.
And people were placing bids. I'm telling you, he could. It's worn and old and. Look, you can't wash it or fall apart.
You can see through it. Hold
It
on.
will
You can
fall.
fund the next movie.
Look, you can see through it in the
Fund
light.
the next
Can I tell you something? If somebody, there ain't nobody crazy enough to buy this motherfucking hat. But if they did,
We'll put it in
would
a.
fund the movie.
We'll
I'll
put
do
it. Yeah, we'll put it in a glass case for you and everything.
I'll sign that shit. I'll come over to your house. I'll make you dinner. All that.
Hey, Cal Ripken. Hey, Eddie Murray.
Is that
hey,
you?
Hey, no, I'm just saying, like, hey, if you're listening,
Oh, I thought you said hate.
you know, come on out and sign the Johnny Lang hat, and then we'll auction it
Oh my
off.
God!
And
If
proceeds
I'm Eddie Murray,
will go
man,
to
if I met him, I'll be like a schoolgirl.
Mike Flanagan, get the old school crew out there. Mike Flanagan.
Mike Flanagan's dead.
You know?
You
He
might-
committed suicide.
Adam Jones is a possibility.
Yeah, Mike Flanagan's been dead for
Oh,
life.
sorry
Well,
about that.
unfortunately,
I don't think Mike's going to be there.
he's gonna be there.
To this town.
One of my favorite pitchers of all time, by the way, Mike Flanagan. What a terrible, terrible loss that was. Blew his brains out with a shotgun.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's hard.
At like in his 60s.
Yeah, it's wild.
Well,
You're almost at the end of the road.
I guess we're ending on a good note. Is this a
Yeah, no.
What? The
That
Johnny
was-
ain't got much time left. It's like the end's
I hope
coming.
to see
thank
everybody
God.
at the premiere, and we are, and I'm not closing the show out because it ain't my show.
The show was over an hour ago.
Yeah, it was a. But I would definitely. Rock's gonna do a commercial for you. I'm definitely, like I said, if my family really was to come in from out of look, if they, I gotta watch how I say this.
They gonna stay at your house?
They show up.
No, they can't. Say, no, it's too many. But they.
Troy house is not that big, so 5 people will overcrowd his house. So no,
But
they
that's
won't be
more
staying in
than
his
you
house.
DJ'd for, though.
Yeah, right.
So-
On the 24th, I'm a DJ for more than 4 people now.
There's gonna be 200 people there.
I hope
I'm
so.
calling in there. It's gonna be 200 people there. It's gonna be.
Just don't tell nobody to follow your band because then it'll be less people there.
No. That would bring. In fact, they're busy anyway, and then they would have to. Negative. What's negative?
Who's that?
Queen Brody. My wife said something negative. What's negative?
They won't be staying at your house.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. You
How you married to this woman and you don't
love my
understand context
cousins.
clues?
Negative. The
You love
T1000
my
with the charge
cousins.
will require you there.
They are crazy though. I don't know if they're listening. I better not say too much.
Hey, Johnny, where's it gonna be at?
Oh, one more time, everybody, before we get out of here. June 24, 7 to 10, Battle Grove Democratic Club Hall, full red carpet event. Live performances by some local artists that are on our soundtrack, DJ, photographer, food.
What's on the menu?
On the menu, this is the best part. On the menu is Pollock Johnny's original sausage
Yes.
with the works, donated by the owner of Pollock Johnny's, Warren Dawson. Yeah. Thank you, sir. And also, we'd like to thank Starlight Coin and Pawn.
Is that included in $10 or I gotta buy my own Polish sausage?
That's included in the
It's
$10.
included.
Oh my God! This is a 5-star event.
I was gonna say, could you bring that soundboard just in case we don't have people show up? We can make it sound like
Make
people.
the applause
Make it
happen.
sound like people are cheering for us at the end of the film.
Is it like one per person or like can I get like 2 of them?
Uh,
or 3 of them?
Well, I mean, we'll see how many people are.
Yeah, it depends on the crowd. I'm expecting them to not have enough.
Troy don't eat pork, so I eat his.
But
No,
not
man,
everybody.
I feel like
Not
Johnny.
everybody will eat them anyway. I mean,
Oh.
but
You could
we'll
always
have
do this
plenty.
at Martin's.
But we'll have plenty.
Stay for the post credits.
I will be there early.
That's right. Stay for the
Just set up
post
and make
credits
sure
so
that
we
they're
can
okay.
see our sponsors
And some
never
B-roll.
had
and the many people.
Yeah.
in
There's
the-
there's actually a post credit.
There's a post credit scene, so
Yeah.
stick around to watch the end of the movie.
Oh wow, you did like what was it, like Marvel? Like
Yeah.
The lead up to the second.
I'm excited. Are you from Baltimore?
Not if he ain't never had pork like Johnny's,
And
he's
you've
not.
never had Paul like Johnny?
Then he's not from Baltimore.
You've never had Polak Johnny's?
At least I don't think I have.
Ah,
Nah, if
man.
you did,
You would know.
You wouldn't
Yeah,
know
you
if he
would
had
know
pork
for
like
sure,
Johnny. He's not from
for sure.
Baltimore.
Because that works on the Polak Johnny's, baby. Put a couple onions on that bitch, don't squirt up a bow, and you good.
Yeah, you got to know
Yeah,
about that.
well, I travel a lot. That's
But-
not something.
I
He
got
doesn't like crabs.
come to
So-
the club tomorrow
Yeah,
after you get off work. I'll
that's-
make you
that's
one.
a
Or
wrap.
It's
Thursday.
un-American.
That's a wrap.
Yeah.
That's on Maryland.
Thank you. That's better. Yes.
You got some? You got some?
I got
What,
some.
what's,
Yeah.
what's un-American, really, truly, is not steaming your crabs and boiling them in every other state other than the Mid-Atlantic. You've heard of that, right?
We ain't boiling no crabs.
My
right?
girl's brother lives out in California, and when he gets crabs,
California.
they're like, hey, so we'll boil those for you. He says, no, we're gonna steam those. And he's like,
Right.
what? You steam them?
I have a father of one of my kids' classmates. He's from California. I think so. No, Oakland. He's from Oakland, and he was talking about how they do crabs there. And I'm listening to him. I'm like, doesn't sound right. And he was excited telling me about it. I'm like, and he was talking about boiling and stuff. I'm like, dude, you don't steam them? And he's here. He's telling me he's here now. I don't know how long he's been here, but I'm like, it's got to be better here. Like, if you've had crabs here, why are you even discussing West Coast style?
You know how it's really done.
But are they steaming shrimp?
I didn't ask him about shrimp. I was so because Rock, we've had conversations about Old Bay and stuff, man. I take that serious.
Yeah,
I take that serious.
Yeah,
yeah, because it almost pretty much goes good on anything. It
Old Bay?
really does.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
That plus a little bit of seasonal. I'd rather do that than
Season all,
Then
but not
salt.
seafood seasoning. There's a difference. Okay.
Yeah.
Had to get out my. I'm sorry, Rock. You ready to go, man? I'm sorry.
45 minutes ago.
45 minutes. But, so just to wrap it up, when is this?
June 24th, Friday.
We're going to be here another
7
hour.
to
Every
10.
time we say that, we add on 15 more
This is
minutes.
the last one.
$10 per person. That includes movie, food, soda, red carpet, live performance music, DJ with special DJ guest, DJ Nice.
Okay.
And I hope to see everybody there. You can contact me. If you're here, contact King right now, contact Rock, and we'll get you the tickets.
All right, Rock. Thanks so much for hanging, Rock. Thanks
Thank
so
you,
much
Rock.
for
Appreciate
listening.
you, bro.
Appreciate you
I'm
guys.
definitely you guys call in or whatever, like leading up to it, whatever you got to do. We'll talk about it. I get the phones up there. Just call in every day or I'm here once a week. Call in every time. Just say something about it. We'll take
Yeah,
the
for
call.
sure.
And Rock's DJ is so he's happy. All right, thanks a lot for listening, welcoming you all and everybody here to Birdland and in the Birdcage. Thank you very much.
Hey, see you.
Cue outro.
Welcome to Birdland!
We ain't finished yet. At the end of the week, we come to piss off. We will be here for no weapon. No weapon. No weapon. For the this dog. Yes, we gonna protect this house.
My next guest is a man that's gonna put together some grooves that'll make you wanna move. Put your hands together for Mr.